Powered by Vistra, official energy supplier of the Pittsburgh Pirates and PNC Park. PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865. SeatGeek, the official marketplace of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sheets, why the sheets not? Get a snack after the game. Tri-State Office Furniture, the best in the business. Highmark. Highmark is proud to sponsor the Pirates everywhere. From home base to home away from home. Because life. Highmark, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Pirates. NSS Life, for low-cost life insurance and high-yielding annuities. It's NSS Life, where family matters. And the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Thanks for listening to today's game on the Pirates Radio Network.
The ball game is over, and this game is over. And the ball game is over.
Now, it's time for your reaction. The Mount Pleasant Window and Remodeling Reaction Show is brought to you by Bellman Electric, Smokestack, Hampton Beer Outlet, Bet365, and Guardian Protection.
And this will do it, and the ball game is over.
The Pirates Reaction Show is on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And welcome in to the Fan Reaction Show, presented by Mount Pleasant Window and Remodeling, serving the community since 1975. I'm Paul Alexander. Bucks got out to a great start. They got out in front 1-0 in the bottom half of the first inning. A Nicky G base hit, played at Piguero, and then they added on in the sixth inning. And all of a sudden, it looked like the Pirates might have an opportunity to hold on to yet another one-run win, a very tight ball game. But the Giants and their bats had a different idea, and they touched up the Bucks in the eighth, and they made it stick as the Pirates went quietly in the bottom half of the ninth inning. The Giants, once again, up over 500 at 58 and 57, still with an outside shot. It may be getting hot and getting into the wild card race over in the National League West. But the Bucks fall to 49 and 66, and they're now 3 games under 500 under the Don Kelly era of Pirate baseball. Now we go to the man that was doing such a great job of telling you what was happening and why, Bob Walk. And Walkie, I think Heaney had pretty good stuff. He had 12 retired in a row before the big Encarnacion bomb. But all in all, a decent start, but he only goes 4 2/3.
Yeah, I thought he had really good command today. He stayed out of the middle of the plate for the most part, which is something that he has to do. He needs to pitch on the edges and change speeds, and when he does that, he'll usually give you a pretty good start. And I think that's what we saw from him today. He hasn't been allowed, especially the last 3 starts, to go very long. I think just a couple times through the lineup, Joe said earlier that that's been it, 3 starts in a row. So when they got back to the top of the lineup, got him out of the game. And as you just were saying, it looked like for a moment there that, we were going to, maybe pull off a one-run win, which is, it seems like so many of our games this year have been one run here or there. And that's what this one was until the end. And then, they were able to put a bunch of hits together and get themselves a lead for them right there, the ninth inning. We only had one inning left to catch them.
And when you take a good long look at the Giants, you can see why a lot of people, the outsiders, had them as a real favorite in that National League West, and certainly as a playoff team. And they certainly have time to get themselves back into it. But they're a pretty good club.
Yeah, they seem to have really good pitching. I mean, their offense is not all that impressive. Although the top part of their lineup does have some decent power there. I think they got 4 guys in double figures in home runs. But, they put together an offensive club that is able to take advantage of good pitching. I mean, that's basically, what they have there. So, will they get back into it? I don't know. It's they got a ways to go certainly for the division, but I think they're only 3 or 4 games back in the wild card. I think that's probably what they're looking at more than anything else. But there's not much room for error for them because they're not a big run scoring team.
And with the amount of games the Pirates have left, what do you think the best thing going forward is? Obviously, you want to try and win games, but who do you want to look at, and who are the guys that are really in a situation where they're trying out to be a big part of next year?
Oh, well, they're having to make some, decisions in a lot of places. I mean, I'll just go through like positions instead of really names. I think that the left side of the infield,
Yeah.
who's going to play shortstop next year, who's going to play third base next year, there certainly is a spot, one spot anyway, at least right now in the outfield, depending on what changes could be made in the off season. They're probably going to be looking for more offense out of the catching position next year. That hasn't really been good at all. So that's the areas I think you're going to be looking at. And like you said, you're trying to win games, but who's going to be your closer next year? That's another thing you got to try and figure out. Is the answer to that on the roster right now, or do you have to go and try and find somebody this winter? So those are the questions that you need to be looked at and answered in the next couple of months. So you'll see guys like Peguero playing first base against left-handed starters. There's things that are new that we haven't seen before that you're going to see these last couple of months, because they have some holes to fill for next year, especially offensively. I mean that's really the challenge is to find offensive players to take some of these positions. The guys that are going to be run producers for you. Put us in a similar position next year that you see San Francisco in this year. Good pitching and good enough offense to take advantage of that on most days. I think that's what we're going to be looking at for next season, and what you're looking for a little bit here these last couple of months with the guys that are on the roster right now. But I would be really surprised if come November and December you don't see quite a few more changes before we get to Florida next year.
As far as the fans' interest, I think everyone would probably like to get a look at Bubba Chandler up close and personal. Is that now probably going to be a September situation? I don't see any real reason to bring him up before then.
Yeah, I mean they're not going to make that decision because I think the fans want to see this guy. We should bring him up. They have no thoughts like that. That it's all about how he's pitching and. Do they think he'll benefit from any time up here? Now, if they're thinking about him making the team out of spring training next year, well, then, yeah, you'll probably see him this year. If they don't have any thoughts of doing that and they don't think he's made enough progress at AAA to be, part of the team, at least at the beginning next year, well, then maybe you won't see him come up here. You'll let him, go home and save his ammunition for later. Because there's, obviously some situations that they don't like and haven't thought that he's ready this year. I know that there was maybe a patch of wildness there for a while. I really don't know what the reasons are, but I believe there's legitimate reasons that they wanted to see him pitch much longer in AAA than I think a lot of people thought he was going to.
Well, Walkie, as always, thanks so much for the time, and enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, I got a birthday party to go to, so it's going to be a couple of cold beers and something off the grill for me here in a little bit.
That sounds really good. Happy birthday to whomever.
Okay, all right, I'll tell her.
All right, thanks, Walkie. I appreciate it, Bob Walk, the outstanding color analyst with the Pirates Radio Network, and just an all-around great guy. I don't think there's any question about that. So the Bucks come up short 4-2. The Giants end up taking the series after the Pirates took Game 1. They win the final 2. Opening of a 4-game set against the Reds. That should be somewhat interesting. You have Tito Francona over there as the manager, who a lot of people would hope would maybe find his way to the Pirates after his time with the Guardians had expired. And Key Brian Hayes, who in his first game as a Red, I'm not really, just going to be honest, have not really paid much attention to Key Brian as a Red after his first game. He did hit a home run to say, well, hello, Cincinnati. Here I am. So the Bucks lose 4-2. They did take a 1-0 lead. They followed that up to a 2-1 lead. Let's get our electric player of the game from Pellman Electric, cutting-edge electrical contractors covering the tri-state. And that was in that first inning, a guy that was swinging a pretty hot bat today. Nicky G drove home the game's first run.
pitch. Hit to left, base hit. And guess what he hit? A high and away changeup just off the plate. And he socks in the run. Pirates lead 1-0 in the first.
And that was Nicky G, who had 3 hits on the day, swinging a pretty good bat. And, it was Bob Walk that made the point. The opener is when Nicky G got hurt hitting a home run, running the bases after hitting a home run. That's only something that can happen to a Pirate for some reason. And, his offense was clearly missed for a good portion of the probably first third of the season. But it looks like maybe, and what you want to establish over now, here we are at August 6th, and, we're going to go all the way through September. The Pirates would like to establish, okay, what major league hitters do we have with this club? Because we need to make sure that they're here and then go add what we need to, as Bob Walk pointed out, go position by position and try to find someone that can hit some, hit some major league pitching and drive in some runs, score some runs, create some runs, and give this pitching staff a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room to maybe, win a boatload of these games that, I think at one point, if they would have gotten Paul Skeens 4 runs, he would have been 13-0. And obviously, he came into his last start with a losing record because the Pirates just don't provide, he or Mitch Keller, much support. So that is obviously the challenge. A lot of auditions going on as we speak. Everyone that gets an opportunity to play in these games would love to show, management, the front office, the ownership, the fans, that they can play and they can be part of the solution. Right now, just seems to be a lot more problems than there are answers for the Pirates, as they now have already started to look at what's going to happen next year. Bucks lose 4-2 to the Giants. It is the Mount Pleasant Window and Remodeling Fan Reaction Show. We'll be back with more post-game activity right after this on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Hey, y'all, do your thing. DIY's the American dream. Doing some construction, y'all. Don't be dumb. Make sure you call 811. Yeah. Call 811. Yeah. Mark the lines, know what's below. Don't cause a neighborhood power to blow. Flags and lines put on your grass, or oh no, now you smell gas. 811, yeah. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig. Find out more at pa1call.org.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. tadalafil for better bedroom performance, and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia. Puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh. Did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Summers in Pittsburgh are great, but you don't want to spend it painting, so do what Don did. He called Rhino Shield.
Well, the home was built in 1948. Paint on the aluminum siding was peeling, and I couldn't find anyone who would repaint it until I called Rhino Shield.
Rhino Shield's better than paint. And the crew?
Painted all my aluminum siding, and I've got a front porch that runs the whole length of the house and all the pillars. And once they were gone, I couldn't even tell that they were there.
And right now you can get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans to qualified customers.
Well, I've told a lot of people, do the Rhino Shield. It's really a great product, and that would be the way to go.
And here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Now back to the Mount Pleasant Windows and Remodeling Reaction Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Welcome back. Bucks lose 4-2. Paul Alexander with you on the Mount Pleasant Window and Remodeling Fan Reaction Show. I'm not sure there's much to react to. Last two games, not exactly riveting. 8-1 loss yesterday, or last evening, I should say, and then 4-2 today. Pirates on the day, 2 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Giants, 4 runs on 7 hits and no errors. And the Bucks will begin a 4-game set with the Reds tomorrow at PNC Park. We'll be back with more of the Mount Pleasant Window and Remodeling Fan Reaction Show right after this on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
There's electricity in the crowd, but when you have electrical problems, you need a family-owned business you can trust. Call Pellman Electric. Pellman Electric has been in business for over 25 years, and their qualified electricians can handle any project. Residential or commercial, outlet repairs in your house, to completing a high-rise office building, Pellman Electric will tackle any job. And if the power goes out, Pellman offers generator installation services. Visit them at PellmanElectric.com. You depend on electricity, depend on Pellman.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia. Puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Family owned and operated since 1975, Mount Pleasant Window and Remodeling has been Southwestern PA's trusted destination for all their home improvement needs. With an A+ rating from the BBB and multiple awards in home remodeling, they stand out as one of the area's GAF Master Elite contractors. Call 724-547-5445 or visit mountpleasantwindow.com. Proudly partnered with Central Westmoreland Habitat for Humanity for their community buyback program. And for the month of July, Mount Pleasant Windows is offering 10% off of all roofing jobs.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Have you been told there's nothing that can be done for your neuropathy? Tri-State Neuropathy Centers is pleased to tell you that is not true. As one of the largest and most successful neuropathy treatment practices in the country, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers has grown to 9 regional centers and helped over 14,000 patients, like Janie from West Homestead. Janie's neuropathy pain limited her activities to where she couldn't stand long enough to cook a meal. She feared she might need a wheelchair. Then Janie found Tri-State Neuropathy Centers. Their effective FDA-approved treatment program greatly improved Janie's neuropathy, and she considers her decision to use Tri-State Neuropathy Centers as a wise investment in her health and future. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers help Janie, along with thousands of others. Let them help you next. Call 724-940-9000. That's 724-940-9000. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
KDKA 1565.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Wow, this game is over. Now back to the Mount Pleasant Windows and Remodeling Reaction Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Welcome back. Pirates come up on the short end 4-2 against the visiting Giants. They take 2 out of 3. The weekend series continues. So the game starting tomorrow at 6:40 between the Reds and the Bucks. It's a 4-game series with Cincinnati. Pirates now 3 games under 500 under the tutelage of Don Kelly, who took over on May the 9th. So the Bucks have to get things going against the Reds and Tito Francona and Key Brian Hayes. This is the Mount Pleasant Window and Remodeling Fan Reaction Show. I'm Paul Alexander. Back to wrap it up right after this.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Within the game of baseball are plenty of traditionalists. Such traditions are honored at the Traditional Cigar and Pipe Shop located in Squirrel Hill on Forward Avenue. If you're an old-school baseball fan, chances are you'll embrace this old-school neighborhood tobacconist vibe with a few modern comforts and amenities. The Traditional Cigar and Pipe Shop. Stand still and enjoy the moment. Our game, our traditions. The Traditional Cigar and Pipe Shop, Forward Avenue, Squirrel Hill. Online, thetraditionalcigar.com.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together, we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode. So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
This summer, try the new Strato Frappuccino blended beverage at Starbucks. It's the classic blended iced coffee you know and love, now topped with a creamy layer of handcrafted brown sugar cold foam. Available for a limited time. Your Strato Frappuccino is ready at Starbucks.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
Hey folks, NASCO Roofing, the region's roofing leader, continues to exceed customer expectations. Carol from Pittsburgh praised NASCO Roofing for their quality workmanship and the timely manner NASCO completed her new roof. She loved how friendly and easy NASCO Roofing was to work with. NASCO has satisfied thousands like Carol. Get NASCO on your roof next. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing. NASCO.
The Pittsburgh Speaker Series presented by University of Pittsburgh announces its 25-26 season at Heinz Hall. 7 events will broaden your perspective and deepen your understanding of the world around you. Featuring Dr. Anthony Fauci, Malcolm Gladwell, historian Doris Kearns Goodwin, former Russian political prisoner Vladimir Kara-Murza, and geopolitical economist Pippa Malmgren. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at pittsburghspeakers.org.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And that'll do it. Bucks lose 4-2. My thanks to Margot and Trevin making things happen here on the other side of the glass. Now it's time to get Margot back in action and bring in Colin Dunlap soon thereafter. And you know what that means. It's time for PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center Traffic. It is brought to you by Bowser of Genesis. Margot, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Getting reports for an accident on 79 northbound in Collier Township. Also getting a report for an accident on the Liberty Bridge in the city. On the other major roadways, the Parkway East outbound is seeing some congestion from Technology Drive heading into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. The Parkway West outbound is also seeing some congestion from Technology Drive while heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. 28 outbound is slow moving from the Sarah Hines House heading up towards the Etna Bypass, and 28 inbound is congested from the 40th Street Bridge. Also seeing some congestion up in Robinson Town Center on the Parkway West inbound. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
There are things in this world that are just a bad combo, like coming home after a 10-hour shift and an empty fridge. You know what's actually a smart combo? Upside cash back with your credit card rewards. That's right. With Upside, you can earn an average 8% cash back at grocery stores in Pittsburgh, like Giant Eagle and Market District. The best part? You can combine Upside with your credit card perks and loyalty programs. It's like double dipping your rewards with an extra side of cash back. Download Upside, and for a limited time, get a 10% bonus on your first purchase with promo code PITT70. That's promo code PITT70 for an extra 10% cash back bonus. See why millions of Upside users have racked up almost $1 billion in cash back earned. Next time you stock up that fridge, choose the Smart Combo with Upside. Don't forget to use promo code PITT70. Upside. Cash back smarter. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
Lagina Drapery and Blind Factory, the area's best and most trusted name in custom draperies, blind shade, shutters, and more. Huge selections, Dorm 1 and Wexford showrooms. Convenient shop-at-home service. Call 412-665-4900 or go to laginadrapery.com.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks rallied with big tech's robust corporate earnings driving gains as the Nasdaq added 253 points or 1.2%. The S&P 500 finished up 46 points or 0.75%, while the Dow gained 81 points or 0.2%. Six Flags slashed its full-year outlook, saying that poor weather conditions kept attendance down. The theme park operator said guest attendance in the latest quarter was, quote, adversely affected by prolonged periods of rain, extreme temperatures, and severe storms across its key markets. Shares of Six Flags ending the day down 21%. In the battle to dominate the American obesity drug market, Novo Nordisk is losing ground to Eli Lilly. Novo's sales showed the weakest growth in 4 years in the latest quarter, rising just 13%. Novo's earnings were below analysts' estimates. The company's stock lost over 5% today. Claire is officially filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The retailer is dealing with higher import costs for its merchandise and a pullback in consumer spending. Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
It's a match made in heaven. Your drive home and Colin Dunlap. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Oh, here we are. A little late after Pirates baseball. Some would have probably been entertained if I wouldn't have come on at all. Some would be more entertained if I would have started on time. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. Listen for The Drive at 5. Stories driving the news every single day at 5. It's coming up real quick now, and it's brought to you by Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh. Demand the yellow van. Drive at 5, 100.1 FM, AM 1020, KDKA. I could just spend the rest of the time between now and 6 doing all the reads that we have to get in for advertisement's sake. Maybe I'll just do that. By the way, do you know someone in your community who has done something extraordinary in the past year? We'll nominate them right now, KDKARadio.com, to be honored at this year's Larry's Hometown Heroes event. That is a fantastic event. Larry takes care of a lot of great people who've done a lot of great things because, well, Larry is a great person who's done a lot of great things. Should I continue with the reads or should I actually get into the show? I think I'll get into the show. 866-391-1020. That's 866-391-1020. Margot manning the board. Or do I have to say womaning the board? I don't think I'll offend Margot because she's got a brain. Anyway, so here we are. And we're going to start light because the segments are going to be pretty short until we rip into it at 5. And I've got something pretty heavy at 5, and I'm going to commend a couple school districts because they're doing the right thing. Do you see Howard Stern is retiring on the way out, not getting a contract, all of that at 71 years old? And his show has changed over the years. When Howard Stern had his fastball, he was one of the best interviewers in the world. Truly was. And for sake of, I don't know, just setting the scene, he's actually married to one of my very good friend's sister, which is the wildest thing ever because she was just my friend's sister when we were growing up. And now she's been Howard Stern's wife for a while, which is crazy. Anyhow, that aside, so he's 71 years old, and he's kind of going kicking and screaming out saying, well, I guess I'm going to retire. I guess I'm not going to work because nobody wants me anymore. If you have a gazillion dollars, and he doesn't just have a gazillion dollars, he's got like 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 or 100 gazillion dollars. It's still lost on me why people want to work at 71 years old if you don't have to. You know, there are those sad stories and terrible stories, and nothing burns me up more than when you go to the grocery store, you go to the drugstore, you go somewhere, and you see some old timer working, and it stinks that they shouldn't be working, that they should be retired and they should be living a life of relaxation and kind of winding their days down. It is what it is. And it sucks when you see somebody like that have to work. But when somebody is financially secure, and it's their decision. I'm not saying that he's right or wrong. I'm just saying what I would do. When it's their decision and they have all the money in the world and they're still working at like 71 and bemoaning the fact they can't work anymore, again, I just disagree because the exact moment that I meet these two criteria, one, I'm old enough to retire, and two, I'm financially secure enough to retire. The second one overriding the first one, meaning as soon as I'm financially secure enough to retire, you will never hear from me again. I am out. Am I wired different than the other ones? Am I better? Am I worse? I don't know. But I'll tell you what my life does not entail nor appetizes me in this life. Working at 71 years old and wanting to really grind. Heck no. I'll be at some lake house. I'll be at some place way far away from everyone. And I'll tell you what I won't be doing. Working. At least I hope. 866-391-1020. That's 866-391-1020. There is a ton to get into. Top of the hour. I want to get into this story about school districts because two of them, I think, are doing the absolute right thing. Actually, I might get into that next after the bottom of the hour. By the way, as always, you can listen to us 100.1 FM AM 1020 KDK or on the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY. But you can also watch us online. KDK's video stream. It's presented by Metropolitan Window Company. Just go to KDKRadio.com and click on KDK Radio's live stream. You can check out our YouTube page as well. Be sure to subscribe so that way you don't have to click on it every day. That's KDK Radio's YouTube page. Margo, traffic time. So, what are we looking at? Margo, PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDK AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser in Genesis of Monroeville. How's things?
Things are good. All right. Getting a report for an accident on 79 northbound in Collier Township. On the other major roadways, it is slow moving on the Parkway East outbound from Technology Drive, and it is also slow from Technology Drive on the Parkway West outbound heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Slow moving through Robinson Town Center as well on the Parkway West inbound. With AAA Traffic, I'm Margo Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to Colin Dunlap on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm with Rocco Florio of AirPro Heating and Cooling, a trusted HVAC company that carries quality Bryant products and serves the entire Pittsburgh area. Rocco, what's up on prices for furnaces and air conditioning equipment?
Larry, it's best for people to purchase now, as equipment prices are going up in the coming months. AirPro takes pride in our prices. We are lower than the competition and provide financing options and long warranties.
Call AirPro Heating and Cooling today at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. Now, who doesn't like a good party? Well, how about a Sips and Social Security happy hour? Sounds like fun, right? Well, Thursday, August 14th, you can join AARP Pennsylvania at Wiggle Whiskey for a little bit of food, a complimentary drink, and a ton of information about Social Security and exactly what AARP is doing to protect yours. Very simple process. Register at aarp.org/local and see you there.
ABC Transit is urgently hiring for CDL and van drivers. Current sign-on bonus for Class B with S&P endorsements is $2,500. Van drivers get a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Complete their CDL program and earn up to $1,000 in additional bonuses. Safety and attendance bonuses available. You must be able to pass all background and clearance checks, must be drug-free. 9 locations in Allegheny, Beaver, and Butler counties. Apply in person. Call 724-831-8500.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-9595. That's 800-311-9595.
This is Ryan Schlabel with the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh, and I want to make your next home sale the easiest one yet. We've been saving people time, money, and stress for over a decade. You don't have to list with an agent, make any repairs, or have a long closing process. Just call 412-500-9057 for a good fit. Come to the house, make you a cash offer on the spot. My team will handle the rest. Dealing with a complicated situation? No problem. Call 412-500-9057 or visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com for a cash offer today.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 82 degrees at 4:30. I'm David Bollerado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. And by the supplemental Medicare solutions from Need Part C. Medicare can be confusing and doesn't have to be. Visit needpartc.com. Shadyside businesses and residents alike are asking for more security for this weekend's Jam on Walnut. This follows a number of complaints after the 3 previous jams this year. City Council member Erica Strasburger says she's received feedback from businesses and people who live near Walnut Street about out-of-control behavior, especially underage drinking.
Who live fairly close to Walnut Street and even a little bit further out are experiencing people stumbling into their yards, using their yards as public restrooms, in some cases passing out on their front porches, and it's obviously a huge concern.
She says one retailer had a window broken out following last month's jam. She's also checking to see if the state police can send liquor enforcement agents to Saturday night's jam to watch out for any underage drinking. Giant Eagle and Mark Cuban announcing a partnership between the grocery chain and Cuban's prescription drug program. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has more.
Mark Cuban says growing up in Pittsburgh, Giant Eagle was the grocery store of choice, and teaming up with the organization for his Cost Plus program will make it easier for customers to get cheaper prices.
We're trying to disrupt the healthcare industry. When you look at the healthcare industry, it should be really easy. You go to your doctor and hopefully nothing's wrong, but if something's wrong, then you have to address it. But right now, we don't know what it costs, and it should be simple. What do I need and how much is it going to cost?
Having a love for Pittsburgh, Cuban jokingly threw Pittsburghers a fly ball.
And part 2 to my announcement is Bill and I are going in together, and yes, we're buying the Pirates.
Cuban says customers can sign up for the Cost Plus program at www.teamcubancard.com. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow gained 81 points. The Nasdaq up a very strong 253 points. The S&P 500 higher by 46. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. On KDKA today, the Pirates lose 4-2 to the Giants at PNC Park. They'll host the Reds tomorrow night. KDKA Radio News Time 4:32. Our next update's at 5. I'm David Bollerado on the voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin, president of Botkin Family Wealth Management, where I work with my dad Les and my brother Lester. If you've heard Dad talking about his previous career as a PGA golf pro, you know I grew up in a golf family. My very first job at age 15 was a caddy. Yep, I was the only girl caddy at Nevillewood. I made $30 a round, and I got to watch a lot of golfers, their swing, their attitudes, and their reactions. The best players were those who remained focused no matter what happened. They never got too excited by a great hole or too rattled by a bad shot or an unlucky break. Investing holds the same principles. A market downturn can be upsetting, but staying calm is the key to success. At Botkin Family Wealth Management, we help you keep emotions out of your investment decisions so that you can stay focused on what you want to accomplish. Dad and I are certified financial planners, and Lester is a chartered financial analyst. We work as a team, your team. Learn more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-220-6409 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-220-6409. That's 800-220-6409. What do you have to lose? Call 800-220-6409. Again, 800-220-6409.
Planning a vacation can be fun, but don't get taken by service fees and processing fees. SWAC Vacations lets you book direct. SWAC owns its own properties. The price you see is the price you pay. Michael Bartley here. My friend Jeff is the owner of SWAC, and you can trust you're going to get the best deal possible. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, or that massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone. Book direct. Save at SWACvacations.com. That's SWACK vacations.com.
Here we are. Traffic time. PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. KDKA AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. What's going on, Margot?
Not much, except traffic-wise, there's a lot going on. On 79 northbound, it is backed up in Collier Township because of an earlier accident that is still seeing residual delays. On the Parkway East outbound, it is slow moving from Technology Drive heading into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. The Parkway West outbound is also slow from Technology Drive heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. After the Fort Pitt Tunnel, it is congested from the 79 interchange heading towards Robinson Town Center, and then through Robinson Town Center, it is slow moving on the Parkway West inbound. With AAA Traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of clouds and sun for the rest of this afternoon. We'll top out at 84 degrees, then clear to partly cloudy, low 63 tonight. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 83. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zare, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Aloha, Pirates fans. That Hawaiian island feeling takes over the city of Pittsburgh August 8th through the 10th when the Pirates host the Cincinnati Reds. It's another Bucko Luau weekend presented by Levin Furniture. On Friday, fans can take home a bucket hat inspired by the weekend. Then Saturday, it's the fan favorite Hawaiian shirt giveaway. And Sunday, all kids 14 and under take home a Pirates cap. It's the Pirates and Reds, August 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets at pirates.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Pirates fans, hi, this is Larry Richard, host of the Big K Morning Show, weekdays 5:30 until 10, right here on the station that invented baseball on the radio, KDKA.
All right,
100.1 FM, AM 1020. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to talk about the on for back to school.
I interrupted Larry like 4 times. Sorry, Larry. Anyway, on this show, Larry's show, all the shows, NASCO Roofing Instant Access, just a click away. Email us, instanaccess@kdkaradio.com. I sincerely apologize for interrupting you, Larry. I heard something interesting in that last update by David Bolorado, that the jam on Walnut, and Margo was there last year, but the jam on Walnut, which I remember going way back in my day, whenever people didn't act like that. You just, I don't know, you went behind the Unimart over on Ellsworth. Maybe you smoked a joint behind there and hotboxed your car. Then you went over to Walnut Street, and with a big smile on your face, quietly, you drank a bunch of beers and had a good time, and then you went home, and there was never any nonsense. But I did hear this. In that update from David, people are peeing on people's lawns, passing out, there's underage drinking and general nonsense. So now Shadyside's pretty much just Oakland, I guess is what's happening. They got to rectify that, because there used to be this sort of force field that was up. And it was, I don't know, about a block past Central Catholic or so, that the force field was like, all right, the little kid nonsense stays down there. The grown-up nonsense happens up here. Again, it was like about a block past, going on 5th, about a block past Central. Keep your little kid debauchery down there, and the grown-up stuff happens, up this way. So I guess that doesn't happen anymore, and people are mad about this. Oh, man, so who knows what's going to happen. I do. They need to get it fixed, though. 100% need to get that fixed. You can't have, there's no way in the world that you can have Jam on Walnut, which is such a great event, ruined by people who are just acting like total imbeciles. It was about, rated about Wilkins and 5th. That's rated about where that force field was. Anything towards Shadyside, little more grown up. Anything down towards Oakland from like Wilkins and 5th, where Wilkins hits 5th, that's where it was like general nonsense happens. You can pee there, you can vomit, all kinds of pass out, whatever. But once you get on that other side of Wilkins, no more. Anyhow, 866-391-1020. Helen's in Forest Hills. Hi, Helen.
Hi, you were talking about people retiring. I know 3 doctors that worked up until their 80s at Braddock Hospital.
Jeez, was one of them Kevorkian?
No, and they were very good. I'm not going to mention their name. Anybody from that area would know who I'm talking about. They had a practice in Forest Hills. And another thing I've noticed, people that retired at 65, even though they were married and had a family, but they had good jobs. As soon as they retired, they became very depressed. This is what their wives would say. So I think it's good to keep working.
Well,
if you're able,
tell you this. I'm only 48, and I'll be 49. If I retired tomorrow, I would sure give one hell of a try at not being depressed.
Well, that's because you're 49. You're not 65.
When I'm 64, there was a song about that. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're going to change. Your feelings are going to change. Because when you retire, well, a lot of these people that I've known, they just felt they were useless after they retired. So I don't know how you are, but I couldn't work that long. I know that.
I'm trying to find a way to retire on like Friday, Helen, let alone when I'm 65 or 80 or whatever, like those doctors. Did you go to one of those doctors?
One of them I did.
Did you feel comfortable they still knew what was going on?
Yes, I certainly did.
Wow. Did they still have a full patient load, do you think?
Yes, they certainly did. They were packed. Wow. I'm talking about maybe 20 years ago.
That's pretty impressive. That they all were like that. Do you think that there were people who were hesitant to go to a doctor that was that elderly?
No, because they had been going to these doctors for years. Can I mention their names?
Sure, go ahead. They're not still around, are they?
No.
Oh, well, then they're not going to hear us.
One was Handelsman and Tennenhauser.
Uh-huh.
And another was Adler, Dr. Adler, a heart doctor. They were fantastic doctors, all 3 of them.
Sounds
and they
like
worked up until their 80s.
And they worked together.
Solid.
You're telling me they worked together?
No, Adler was separate. He was with Krauss, but Handelsman and Tannenhauser, they were together, and they had an office up on top of the Cross Building at the corner of Yost Boulevard and Ardmore Boulevard. And they were packed solid.
Oh, by Channel 4, like?
No, Ardmore
okay.
Boulevard and Yost Boulevard.
Oh, Yost Boulevard. Okay, all
That's
right.
down there where the Cross Building is, and they were packed solid.
Gotcha. Well, good stuff. I thank you for the call and for kind of a sense of imbalance offsetting me. I just don't want to work that long. We were talking about this because of Howard Stern. He's 71, and he's going kicking and screaming out of the business. He had like some sob story quotes that I saw today about, well, I guess if no one will have me, who knows, whatever. I don't know. Hey, whatever floats your boat, just like what she said. Pretty much, if you want to do it, if you don't. But if I was that age and had that much money, I would think, no matter how rich you are, the road's going to run out at some point. I would like to enjoy all the things and experience all the things that I want to experience before, the next person I meet is St. Peter. Really, that's the way I'd go about it. But, again, just personal preference. That's an interesting study that Helen said, though. And again, it's a small sample size and it's non-scientific. But the people that retired right at 65, they were depressed. I would take my chances that I wouldn't be. I would be able to find things to extract me from a depression, such as not working. But I don't know. She may be right. You may think that it's like that for a while, and you may think it's okay, and then all of a sudden you're longing to work. Again, I don't know. Look, maybe that generation was wired a lot different too. And certainly they were to some degree because kind of all they ever knew was work and family. And then when they weren't at work, they were with their family and they were gardening and they were working and they were canning and they were doing things like that. Then they were never idle. It just was what it was. They took like 1 or 2 weeks vacation a year and that was it. And a couple holidays here and there. 866-391-1020. That's 866-391-1020. Top of the hour, I do want to get to something a couple school districts are doing locally because I certainly think they need to be commended and commended in a big, big way. KDKA, excited. Yep, that's us. To be back supporting the Wiener 100 race this year, EQT Park, part of Bark in the Park Nights. And that's Tuesday, August 19th. Wow, that's coming up real quick before the Wild Things game. Think you got a winning wiener dog? Well, find out if your pup is eligible to race by visiting the events page. That's KDKARadio.com. Traffic now. Here we are, PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center. KDKA AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Margot.
All right, Colin, I'm getting a report for a collision involving a structure on the 800 block of McKeesport Road in Elizabeth Township. Also getting a report for an accident on Lincoln Highway in North Versailles Township. On the other major roadways, 28 outbound is slow moving from the Sarah Hines house heading towards the Etna bypass. 28 inbound is congested from the 40th Street Bridge going into the city. The Parkway East outbound and the Parkway West outbound are both slow moving from Technology Drive heading into the Fort Pitt and Squirrel Hill tunnels, and seeing some congestion through Robinson Town Center on the Parkway West inbound, starting again from the middle of Green Tree Hill heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. With AAA Traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. NASCO Roofing, the region's roofing leader. Wow, they're good. They continue to exceed customer expectation. For instance, Charles from Bethel Park highly recommends NASCO. Charles was pleased with NASCO's exemplary customer service and the quality of their work. NASCO has satisfied thousands like Charles. Now's the time to get NASCO on your roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO, NASCO.
What is life-changing medicine? The discovery of cancer at the earliest possible stage, challenging limits and transforming the impossible into reality, or connecting people to doctors and specialists when they need it most. At UPMC, we believe life-changing medicine is all those things. Our goal is to change the world of medicine and the lives of those around us. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
7 races, 7 dogs, and KDKA Radio. Colin Dunlap takes his show on the road in support of the Wiener 100 race at EQT Park as part of the Bark in the Park night on August 19th before the Wild Things game. Find out if your wiener dog is eligible to race by clicking on the events page at KDKARadio.com. Hot dogs, baseball, the Wiener 100 race, and Colin Dunlap, only on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Goldberg, Persky, White News Desk. A look ahead what's happening at the top of the hour. Do I sense David Ballarado in the newsroom?
You do indeed.
Oh, okay.
And Colin, officials say they are expecting better crowd control at this Saturday's Jam on Walnut and Shadyside after the monthly concert series has led to a series of complaints about underage drinking and unruly behavior and more. We'll have details coming up at 5 on News Radio KDKA.
If you're thinking it, he's saying it. Colin Dunlap on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, top of the hour, I got to commend some school districts and have a very serious conversation about some things. That's coming up just past the top of the hour. By the way, speaking of school, in support of the Pittsburgh for PPS Backpack Drive, you can bring a brand new backpack, Piatta Italian Street Food. Do that. That's at the Block in Northway. That's Friday, August 8th. That's 2 days from right now, 1:30 to 2:30. And if you do that between 1:30 and 2:30 on Friday, you're going to get a free entree card. Help us get students in the Pittsburgh Public Schools ready for the upcoming school year, and you get a free dinner out of it. How about that? Details, KDKARadio.com. All right, so this weekend, especially Saturday and Sunday, going to be tons of fun. And I mean off the charts fun. Think of the most fun you've ever had. Really. Think of the place you've been in your life where you have had the most fun. And then times that by about somewhere between 5 and 10. Because right around the Squirrel Hill Tunnel, I don't know, maybe Saturday at 10 o'clock p.m. will be the most fun you've had times 10. You know why?
If you're going to the Jason Aldean concert or the Pirates-Reds game on Saturday night, it might be a long trip home if you take the Parkway East. That's because from 9 p.m. Saturday night until 5 a.m. Monday morning, the highway will be closed between the Squirrel Hill Tunnel and Edgewood to replace overhead signs. PennDOT's posted detour sends eastbound drivers into Oakland onto Forbes Avenue, to Belfield, onto 5th, which will take them all the way through Point Breeze and Wilkinsburg to finally get back onto the Parkway. Westbound drivers will exit the highway at Wilkinsburg and take that same route in reverse, heading into Point Breeze, Shadyside, and Oakland before finally getting back onto the highway via the Boulevard of the Allies ramp. David Colorado News Radio, KDKA.
All right, thank you, David. Good luck. Look, I don't know when's a good time to close that stretch, but I'll tell you this. Whenever the Jason Aldean concert, which is at Star Lake, and a Pirate game, and say what you will about the Pirates and getting 38 people at their games, whatever, they've drawn very well on Friday and Saturday nights, and they will continue to. I don't know if 9 o'clock at night is the best time to do it, but then again, there really isn't any good time to do it. I'm thinking, why can't they just work at night? I guess it's a continuous project where they have to be closed that long. But keep in mind, folks, and I talked yesterday about living in the North Hills and how this stuff doesn't necessarily seem to happen as much. This is just an appetizer. Like, if you live out to Edgewood and Swissvale and over, this is just an appetizer. Greensburg going out that way. How about this? They sneak in the bottom of the press release. I don't mean to laugh. In 2026, motorists can expect a 25-day full closure and detour of I-376. The overall project is anticipated to conclude in the summer of 2027. A 25-day full closure and detour of the Parkway. Those will be the most laborious 25 days of your life. Find out when that is and go on vacation. That's the best way to do it. That's when they're going to be moving that bridge into place, and it does take that long. But I have long thought that the U.S. needs to adopt the Japanese model, which is do as much, almost all, as much of road construction as you can in the nighttime hours. And actually, from an infrastructure standpoint, make those very good, well-paying jobs and have these intense volume crews where you actually get stuff done in like 2 or 3 nights. I mean, if you look at the time it takes for people in Japan to resurface a road or do a project, whatever, it honestly is a fraction of the time that it takes here, and it doesn't have the interruption that it has in America. But it is what it is. Good luck this weekend. And then good luck in 2026 when there's a 25-day full closure and detour of 376. Whew. People are just going to be furious. Anyway, top of the hour. I do want to get into a case of a couple school districts that need to be commended. Demand the yellow van. When disaster strikes, that's what you got to do. Service Master is there for you. Fires, they're devastating. Smoke, soot, the smell, everything changes in seconds. When the flames are out, the real work, it begins. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh, they've got crews trained to clean, deodorize, and rebuild after a fire. They've been part of the Pittsburgh community, you ready for this, since 1981. They know their way around here. They know their way around getting you back up to speed after something devastating. 412-312-4282. 412-312-4282. Go to their website, ServiceMasterofGreaterPGH.com. Demand the yellow van. Service Master. All right, traffic time, Margo. Here we go. PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. KDKA AAA Traffic. It's powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. What's it look like?
All right, Colin. Seeing some major congestion on the Parkway West outbound and on the Parkway East outbound, which are both congested from Technology Drive while heading into the Squirrel Hill and Fort Pitt tunnels. After the Fort Pitt tunnel on the Parkway West outbound, it is congested from the middle of Green Tree Hill and then heading up towards the 79 interchange. The Parkway West inbound is bumper to bumper from the middle of Green Tree Hill heading into the Fort Pitt tunnel as well, and 28 inbound is congested from the 40th Street Bridge. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Folds of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with hope since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Folds of Honor wingman today at westernpa.foldsofhonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Americans spend $66 billion on weight loss products and services each year. And you know what? Right here in our hometown, Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Bitchoff has helped thousands of people do just that, lose weight, keep it off. In fact, he's been helping people take back control of their lives for more than 20 years here in Pittsburgh at the PA Hypnosis Center. You have an opportunity to do the same. Are you battling anxiety? So many people are. He can help you with that. If you want to quit smoking, Dan Bitchoff is the call you should make at the PA Hypnosis Center today. Schedule your pre-consultation at 724-934-8446, 724-934-8446. Dan can help you reach your goal with a 98% success guarantee. 724-934-8446. Call now. Here's AirPro's Rocco Florio.
If last summer took a toll on your old, inefficient central air conditioning system and you got prices from some of the big box stores or your current heating and cooling company and have been shocked with high prices and limited warranties, it's time to call AirPro Heating and Cooling and see why our customers save 20 to 30% over the competition.
AirPro and Bryant are offering their summer special and also 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. Call AirPro Heating and Cooling. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 83 degrees at 5 o'clock. I'm David Bolorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. Shadyside residents and businesses say for this Saturday's Jam on Walnut, they do not want a repeat of the underage and rowdy crowds who have been attending this monthly concert for the summer. The outdoor concert series has been an annual event for decades along Walnut Street, but City Council member Erica Strasburger says this year she's received numerous complaints ranging from people using residents' lawns as bathrooms to windows being broken out of at least one Walnut Street business. She says the Shadyside Chamber of Commerce has asked the event organizers to better manage the crowd.
You know, I think what was called for was additional porta-johns, additional security, and additional eyes on, particularly over-serving and underage drinking.
She says she's also requested additional security, if possible, from Zone 4 police, as well as exploring having the Liquor Control Enforcement visit on Saturday's event. KDKA-TV is reporting that Robinson Township Police Officer Steve Pies is now charged with felony aggravated assault in connection with a road rage incident last month. Pies was off duty at the time of the incident when he allegedly drove to the victim's workplace and got into a physical altercation with the man. Mark Cuban appeared at the Market District store in Robinson today to talk about the Cost Plus partnership with Giant Eagle. The Mount Lebanon native wants to see the pharmacy benefit managers eliminated.
When people compare what happens here in the United States on the pricing of brand drugs to other countries don't have pharmacy benefit managers. We do. They're the ones on the brand side. There's 6 companies maybe that control 95% of rebate negotiations. 6 PBMs that control 95% of rebate negotiations in this country. That's just wrong.
Cuban says the Cost Plus program offers hundreds of common medications at the lowest possible prices and is free to everyone. The Army says a sergeant opened fire at Fort Stewart today, shooting 5 soldiers and prompting a brief lockdown at one of the country's largest Army bases. Brigadier General John Lewis just updated reporters. All 5 soldiers are stable and expected to recover. He identified the alleged gunman as 28-year-old Sergeant Cornelius Radford.
The shooting occurred at the soldier's place of work. It did involve his co-workers. We're still not certain about the motivations, but again, he's been interviewed by Army investigators, and we believe we'll gain more information here shortly.
Police are asking for information after reports of spiked metal objects being thrown into the streets of Brackenridge. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has more.
In a Facebook post from the Torrington Borough Police Department Tuesday, officials have received reports of caltrops being thrown into the streets of Brackenridge, specifically in the areas of First and Brackenridge Avenues. Officials say caltrops are dangerous spiked metal objects designed to puncture vehicle tires and cause damage. When thrown onto roadways, they pose a serious risk to drivers, bicyclists, and pedestrians, potentially leading to flat tires, accidents, or injuries.
On Wall Street today, the Dow gained 81 points, the Nasdaq up 253 points, the S&P 500 tacking on 46 points. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. The Pirates lose 4-2 to the Giants at PNC Park, and now this Black and Gold Camp Update is brought to you by Goodrich & Geist, and Aaron Rodgers says he thinks the team is beginning to gel.
Well, I mean, I think we've been clicking the last 3 or 4 days much better. Our defense, it's obviously we added a lot of pieces to it. Always early in camp with the pads going, the defense seems to have the upper edge, and then the second week it starts to turn a little bit. So I feel like we've been playing better the last week and a half.
KDK Radio News time 5:03. Time to call One Health Benefits today at 724-799-8873 to learn how the Inflation Reduction Act impacts your Medicare plan. Right now, it's 82 degrees in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Summer is here, and it's time to plan your style staycation with Bob's Discount Furniture, where you can find everyday low prices on the hottest styles. The comfiest Consumer Reports recommended mattresses, fast, friendly delivery, and flexible financing to fit your budget. Go to mybobs.com for details. So stock up and score everyday low prices, delivered on time all summer long at your nearest store or at mybobs.com.
Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
All right, we're north of 5 o'clock here, so traffic a lot of times gets a bit heavier. We'll find out if that's true or not today. PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center. KDK AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Margot.
All right, Colin, I'm getting a report for a vehicle fire on 5th Avenue and South Negley Avenue in Shadyside. On the other major roadways, the Parkway West outbound is slow moving from Technology Drive, meeting traffic from the Parkway East outbound heading into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. The Parkway West inbound is congested from Carnegie when heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel, and seeing some congestion on 28 outbound from the Sarah Hines House. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Under a mainly clear sky for tonight, we'll get down to 63 for an overnight low. We'll have intervals of clouds and sunshine tomorrow with a high of 83. Then tomorrow night, clear to partly cloudy, a low 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Fire doesn't wait, and neither should you. When disaster strikes, call Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
The Drive at 5. The stories driving today's headlines. Brought to you by Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh. When disaster strikes, demand the yellow van. On 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, here we go. Your turn. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. I want to talk to you about something. And in doing that, I want to commend both the Plum School District, which is new to this, and the Shaler School District, which I knew I was going to commend. But Plum is now jumping aboard. So, how about this story? This from the Post-Gazette. This fall, students and visitors at Plum Borough School District will be expected to pass through metal detectors. To increase security at its middle and high schools, the district has purchased 4 systems that will screen for weapons such as knives and firearms as people pass through, similar to devices used at stadiums for professional sporting events and concerts. And there's a quote here from district officials. They sent a letter to the community, and it says, the open gate system will be deployed both during the school day for visitors and after hour extracurricular activities or events they used. So there's that. The district's decision to invest more than $75,000 in the screening devices reflects a broader shift in how the region's secondary schools are approaching safety and security. Now, that part was written by the Post-Gazette, end quote, just before that. For students at Hempfield Middle School and High School, passing through metal detectors has been part of their normal morning routine since 2024. In 2023, the Pirates donated 30 walk-through metal detectors to the Pittsburgh Public Schools. So, South Allegheny, Franklin Regional, Gateway, they've implemented weapon screening systems at their buildings. So, them, Hempfield, Plum, Shaler. Shaler plans to launch the same system as Plum this fall, and you know how that came about. I've talked about this a few times. After that bonehead kid had a loaded gun on a bus from Millville on his way to school in Shaler and put it on social media. Now, the way these Plum and Shaler devices work, they don't have a cross, kind of a what am I looking for? A bar that goes across, a crossbar. They just both go straight up. You know, they're just kind of walled in and you walk through. Monitored by school police and staff, the devices chosen by Plum and Shaler will trigger an alert if they detect an unauthorized item. If that occurs, the person passing through would be directed to a secondary screening and possible bag check, according to Plum Borough School District Superintendent Ashley Boyers. At Shaler, officials said secondary searches could involve handheld metal detector wands and a search of their belongings. The decision to introduce weapons detection equipment at Plum Borough was not made in response to a specific threat, school officials said, but it does reflect a broader shift in the school safety strategy. Why isn't everybody doing this? Really? Why isn't everyone doing this? And when we talk about Harrisburg, and we talk about grants, and we talk about funding, and we talk about this and that, and especially, though, when you talk about school districts that can't afford it, Plum and Shaler are kind of both in the same boat. They're not the richest of the rich school districts, and they're not the depressed school districts. They're kind of there in the middle. If they can come up with $75,000, and whether they got to shake the couch cushions or whether they got it readily available, then I think a lot more school districts can. As soon as I saw this, I copy and I pasted it, and I wrote an email, and the email was to every school board member in Hampton School District, the school district in which I live. It was not at all adversarial. It was actually the opposite. And I said, would you happen to take a look at this? This is something that I believe our school district could benefit from as a father of 2 children, and it's just a peace of mind and to stay safe and to implement something that monetarily won't crush the school district, and more so from a safety standpoint, could give everybody another layer of safety. And quite frankly, if comparable school districts such as Shaler and Plum can afford this, I have an impossible time understanding why, 1, we can't, and 2, why we wouldn't. And I'm waiting to hear back, and I wonder if I will hear back from them. Now, I did write pretty much the same email to the superintendent when Shaler, at the end of last school year, said they were going to do this, and the superintendent got back to me in like 3 hours. He was like, I'm going to pass this along to the committee people. This is a great idea. We'll look into it. And I hadn't heard anything back from them. And I don't feel weird about sending an email because I wasn't a jerk about it. And that's, they work for you as people who live in the school district. And I'm just asking a couple questions. But I ask you this at 866-391-1020, because when this topic comes up, this is what it is for me. What's the harm here? If we can afford this, and maybe we can afford this by, maybe we don't need the best turf. Maybe we don't need our name written on the turf in 9 gazillion font. Maybe we could scale it back to 7 gazillion font. Maybe every team doesn't need 15 uniforms. You know, I'm sure we could find a way to pinch some pennies somewhere where we're spending money maybe it shouldn't be spent. If you're a public school in this area, tell me exactly the harm in putting these things up. You've been through them. You've been to concerts. You've been to Pirate games. You've been to Steelers. You walk through 9 out of 10 times, 98 out of 100 times, you walk through, nothing buzzes, you keep going. Because you've conditioned yourself to understand, hey, I can't bring anything in there that's going to set that thing off. I.e., I can't bring anything in there that's a safety hazard. I.e., I don't want to hold everybody up, so I'm not going to bring anything in there I shouldn't. And when kids get conditioned to that, and when they understand that, then the process will go smoothly. And it's a very simple thing, too. It's a visual deterrent. When you have something like that, then you think of somebody who may have been thinking about something nefarious, and that deters them. I just think this is a slam dunk, and I don't understand why it's a good story in the Post-Gazette, but I don't understand why the story isn't there's just a few schools who aren't doing this, let alone the other side, where there's just a few schools who are doing this. I guess what I'm getting at is I'm lost why this isn't the norm, why it's still an outlier in the year 2025. I don't want a police state. I don't want Fort Knox. I don't want it locked down and it feels like you're walking through, I don't know, some sort of regiment somewhere. But what I do want is for all the kids and the teachers and the staff and everybody to be safe. And this seems like a very logical and economical way to do it. So when we waste time at school board meetings yelling about this coach or that coach or this thing or that thing or my kid isn't getting enough playing time, why are you doing? Why aren't there people at school board meetings all over Western Pennsylvania saying, hey, this open gate system that seems to work in a lot of other places that Plum and Shaler are now doing, which is, I commend the heck out of them. Why aren't we having this when school opens in just a couple weeks for a lot of people? 866-391-1020. That's 866-391-1020. Let's hit traffic. PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Easy for me to say. KDK's AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. How the roads, Margot?
I'm going to tell you, Colin. On the Parkway West outbound, it is slow moving from Technology Drive while heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. After the Fort Pitt Tunnel, seeing some congestion from the middle of Green Tree Hill heading up towards the 79 interchange. It is slow moving through Robinson Town Center on the Parkway West inbound, and then that traffic starts back up again from the middle of Green Tree Hill while also heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. The Parkway East outbound is slow from Technology Drive heading into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
It's the second annual KDKA Radio Kickoff Classic live at the Wolverina, presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. The best high school football showcase to begin the 2025 season on Friday and Saturday, August 22nd and 23rd. North Allegheny versus Woodland Hills, Central Catholic versus LaSalle College on Friday. On Saturday, it's McKeesport versus Delaware Valley, Steel Valley versus Westinghouse, and Elizabeth Forward versus West Mifflin. $13 per ticket or weekend passes, just $25. Get your tickets at kdkaradio.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
Colin Dunlap here to tell you, if you're injured, you make one call. Shenderovich and Fishman, they handle all types of injury cases. Their fee is 25%, not 40% like so many other firms. They're smart, they're aggressive, they're experienced, and they've got a 99.7% success rate. They win 25% on everything. Car accidents, motorcycle wrecks, tractor-trailer crashes, dog bites, all of it. 1-888-98-TWINS. That's 1-888-98-TWINS. Shenderovich and Fishman. They got your back, not your wallet.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
Goldberg, Persky, White News Desk. Look ahead what's happening at the bottom of the hour. David Bollerado. Hi, David.
Hey, Colin. Well, speaking of schools, students who attend one local district better keep track of the days they miss this coming school year. And yesterday I reported on downtown office space. Today we'll look at residential units in the Golden Triangle. We'll have details coming up at 5:30 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks rallied with big tech's robust corporate earnings driving gains as the Nasdaq added 253 points or 1.2%. The S&P 500 finished up 46 points or 0.75%, while the Dow gained 81 points or 0.2%. Ride-hail giant Lyft posted profit in the second quarter that far exceeded Wall Street's expectations. The company's net income totaled $40.3 million in the 3 months ended June 30th, more than double the $18.1 million that analysts had expected. Lyft's gross bookings gained 12% from a year earlier, while the number of active passengers and completed rides on the platform both hit record highs. Airplane maker Boeing is getting some much-needed good news in the form of a nice order from Cathay Pacific Airways. The Hong Kong-based carrier says it will be ordering 14 777-9 jets worth more than $8 billion. This marks Cathay Pacific's first Boeing order in 12 years. The 777X program still needs to be certified and is years late coming into service. I'm Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
It's Colin Dunlap on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All right, 93.7 The Fan, 100.1 FM, AM 1020, KDKA, and Whammo, all partnering to support Pittsburgh for Public Schools Backpack Program. The drive presented by Target Freight Management. You can support by purchasing backpacks or dropping them off at a location near you. For all the details, KDKRadio.com. for your donation. Brought to you by GBU Life Insurance Annuities and Member Benefits since 1892. So much to get into. And before we get out of here, I'm wondering, someone stole some things. And I'm wondering how this person planned to, before they got caught, resell them and think they could get away with it. I'll tell you about that before we get out of here. But first, by the way, the dear Margot, how you doing today? Might I ask, you doing all right?
I'm great.
The tale of your beau who got duped by the Pennsylvania Turnpike and the whole scam, the text scam and whatever.
Yeah.
It has been making its way around this building today. And I'll tell you how I know this. I was asked by two different people, one of them being, I could just say two people because all people are different. That was redundant. So I was asked by two people, one being an on-air talent at 93.7 The Fan, the other one not on air. They came up to me and they said, I heard that Margot's boyfriend actually got suckered by the Turnpike scam and that he paid them money. They took a bunch of money out of his account. There's no way that's true, is it? And I told them, yes, it was.
The way you're my fact checker.
Well, no. I mean, what happens, they felt so bad and felt as if there's no way it could have happened. They came to me first before going right to you.
Oh, my gosh.
So have you also heard that it's making its way around the building?
Yes, I have, but I've been talking about it a lot because it's mind-blowing that it even happened.
One of the people is Chris Muller from The Fan. He came up to me and because I was getting coffee. And this was, I don't know. I was getting hot tea, actually. This was, who knows, maybe 12:15 today. And he said, hey, let me ask you something. I said, what, Chris? And he said, Margot's boyfriend. And I said, it's true. He said, are you serious? He said, how do you know what I was about to ask you? I go, because it's so ludicrous that you can't believe it. And I said, what do you know? And he said, I heard that the scam that everybody gets those texts about from the Turnpike, he actually typed in his credit card number.
Yep.
And I said, yeah, that truly... that happened.
It happened, unfortunately.
And Abby Batchelor, who works here as well.
Oh, my gosh.
Abby said, what? No way. Really? Did he use his debit card or his credit card? And I said, I think his debit card.
Yeah, his debit card.
And he was able to recoup it. And it was like I had said for sure that I saw Sasquatch. They had never run across a person who actually fell for it.
Well, Chris said he was going to ask Donnie if that was a deal breaker when it comes to relationships because Donnie just got engaged. So he said if Donnie's fiance would have done that, would that have been a deal breaker for him?
The text line over the past couple days, if it's any indication, I got to be honest. It's more than 50-50 that you should kick this guy to the curb.
No.
But I don't think you should. Because I can tell you're in love with him, all that. But if the text line was a true barometer of this, it's 65-35. Margot's smarter than this deadbeat. This guy doesn't have any brain power.
He's not a deadbeat.
Well, I'm just reading.
With the text.
Yeah. That's the stuff that it says. Like, why is Margot settling for some guy who... Margot, I'm just telling you. You know I don't lie to you.
No, I know, and I wish I could see the text line.
You can. You just got to get a login for it.
I'm going to figure that out.
Yes, email Honeychuck, and you'll get a login for it. So anyway, that's that. It's making its way around the building. All right, coming up next, I do need to get into something involving that submarine that blew up. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, and about 5 million other things before we get out of here in about half of an hour. We'll hit traffic right now. All right, this will be the best traffic you've ever heard, because now Margot's wheels are turning like people really calling my boyfriend a deadbeat? Those jerks? From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDKA AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. What do we got?
All right, Colin, still seeing some bumper-to-bumper traffic on the Parkway East outbound, which is slow from Technology Drive. And the Parkway West outbound is also slow from Technology Drive while heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. After the Fort Pitt Tunnel, it starts getting slow again around the 79 interchange, and through Robinson Town Center, it is slow on the Parkway West inbound. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 83 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 5:30. I'm David Ballarado. Several soldiers were wounded when an active duty sergeant opened fire on his co-workers today. It happened at Fort Stewart in Georgia just before 11 a.m., as CBS News correspondent Matt Piper reports.
Officials say the shooter, identified as 28-year-old Sergeant Cornelius Radford, used his personal weapon and was taken into custody after shooting 5 colleagues.
Thankfully, all are in stable condition, and all are expected to recover.
Brigadier General John Lubis.
Sergeant Radford has been interviewed by the Army Criminal Investigation Division and is currently in pretrial confinement, awaiting a charging decision by the Office of the Special Trial Counsel.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
Students who attend Beaver Falls High School will not be able to play ball, attend the prom, or any extracurricular activities if they miss more than 15 days of school. In addition to the new attendance policy posted on social media, the school also says pajama pants and hats will no longer be permitted, and students can't take blankets anymore out of safety concerns. New numbers show progress in drawing more people to live downtown. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that.
Officials say residential occupancy is almost 94%, up about 2.5% since last quarter.
Commercial real estate expert Herky Pollack credits the uptick to the addition of Arts Landing, now under construction on 8th and 9th Streets, and the reimagining of Point State Park and Market Square.
On Wall Street today, the Dow closed up, gaining more than 81 points. The Nasdaq was higher by 253 points. The S&P 500 gained 46 points. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. Pirates fell to the Giants 4-2. They'll host Cincinnati tomorrow. KDK Radio News time 5:32. That's time to call ABC Transit at 724-831-8500. Now hiring CDL and van drivers with signing bonuses paid. Our next update's at 6. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Hello, KDKA listeners. This is Carlos, owner of Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you have any concerns about any trees on your property, call Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. We have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. To serve your needs best, we have an ISA certified arborist on staff. We have 32 years experience. 412-884-TREE. We will be your best choice for tree work. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. And remember, we did your neighbor's tree.
Imagine a place where your work, home, and social life exist in harmony. That's Nova Place. Wake up at Parkview Apartments with the city skyline as your backdrop. Head to Alloy 26 to tackle your to-do list. Reset your mind and body with a sweat session or class at Union Fitness. Close out your day with drinks and dinner at Federal Galley. From networking events to rooftop yoga to happy hours, Nova Place is built for balance. Live well, work smart, stay inspired without ever leaving the block. Right here at Nova Place on Pittsburgh's North Side.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDKA AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Margo.
All right, Colin, still seeing some heavy traffic on the Parkway East outbound, which is slow from Technology Drive heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Also on the Parkway East outbound, it is also slow from Technology Drive heading into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. 28 outbound is seeing some congestion from the Sarah Hines house heading up towards the Etna Bypass, and the Parkway West inbound is slow moving through Robinson Town Center, and then traffic starts back up again from the middle of Green Tree Hill heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. With AAA Traffic, I'm Margo Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It will be mainly clear for tonight. We'll get down to 63 for an overnight low. We'll have intervals of clouds and sunshine for tomorrow with a high of 83 and turning out mostly sunny Friday, high 85. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Don't let summer slip away. Your last-minute summer adventure at Deep Creek Lake is here. Upgrade your getaway to a luxury SWAC Vacations Lodge with its own private indoor pool, a hidden speakeasy, even a private lazy river. Book any 3-night stay before Labor Day. Get $500 off. That means more money for your family trip to Myrtle Beach, a luxury lodge in Deep Creek, a massive Outer Banks house with room for everyone, and many more great destinations. Visit swacvacations.com. Use code LAKE500. Claim your $500 discount.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Pirates fans, hi, this is Larry Richard, host of the Big K Morning Show, weekdays 5:30 until 10, right here on the station that invented baseball on the radio, KDKA, 100.1 FM, AM 1020. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to talk about the drive going on for back to school, how you can help us support the kids at Pittsburgh Public Schools with our Stuff the Backpack program. That and a visit with Bill Hillgrove and a whole lot more on the Big K Morning Show on KDKA.
That's the longest promo ever. I thought Larry was just going to keep going and do the rest of my show for me. My gosh. So now we know. Whew. Right to a break after the promo. Anyway, 866-391-1020. Oh, I saw this story where, and before we get out of here today, I wonder how a certain thief would ever think he could sell the things that he pilfered. I do want to get into that before we get out of here. But first, I've kind of lost my train of thought where I was going with this. Oh, ESPN. ESPN is buying a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company. We know that they are acquiring the NFL Network, and with the deal, they get a 10% equity stake. It gives NFL a 10% equity stake in ESPN, and the NFL gets ESPN gets the Red Zone channel. Okay, let me ask you this, because I don't know if you feel the same way. People are getting jazzed up for the football season. They're fired up, this or that. When the Red Zone channel used to be free, I would put it on sometimes. And I'm not too proud to admit this. I don't have the attention span, nor am I intelligent enough to have the Red Zone channel on. It frazzles my brain. It moves too quickly. I can't remember which game was inside the 10-yard line, which game they just got into the red zone, who just scored. I have to watch one game all the way through. For those of you who don't know what the Red Zone channel is, it essentially just breaks into each game whenever somebody gets within the 20 or 25-yard line or is a threat to score. And it bounces from game to game to game to game to game. It feels like you are on a roller coaster or a time warp machine going to and from each stadium. My son can't get enough of it. He loves it. It condenses things, and then you don't have to worry about the middle of the field or the inconsequential plays. I just like to watch a game linear, like straight through, one time, all the way through. I don't have it screws me up, and I'm not afraid to admit that. It messes with me, and I can't follow it. But people love it. They do. They absolutely love the Red Zone. All right, let's get into this at 866-391-1020. So I told you yesterday about Ocean's Gate. And, Ocean Gate was that sub company, submarines that went, into the water. But the one that's met its demise because the goofy guy that was the head of it put the submarine into the water way too quick without the enough testing and all that kind of stuff. Went to the bottom of the ocean to try to find the Titanic, and the thing blew up with him and 4 other people on it, or 5 other people, one of the two. And now they've concluded their findings on all of this, and they're making the guy out to, because he is, making him out to be a total idiot and somebody who, before the test drive, he encountered several challenges, and he still said to everybody involved in the company, I'm getting a dive in even if it kills me. Like, ignoring the fact he was going down there with other people. And then it ended up killing them all. In light of that, I have a question, though, at 866-391-1020. And I see people go to these great mountaintops, and people go and try to dive down in a submarine and look at the Titanic, or people go to this remote outpost or that remote outpost. Does it ever hit anybody else, and I might be wrong, this is just opinion, that there's some parts of the earth and the ocean and parts of this universe that we were just never meant to go to? And that when you push those outer limits, they're kind of pushing back saying, hey, we're in charge here. Like, I kind of, in a way, for a split second, maybe I was just hot as hell, but I kind of felt when we were climbing, coming back out from the bottom of the Grand Canyon, and we're in the middle of this almost 13-hour endeavor, and there wasn't anybody around but us 9 guys. And I'm looking, and there's nobody within 5 miles this way and nobody within like 3 miles that way. I kind of had that thought for a minute as we were going up this South Kebab Trail or whatever the heck it's called to come out of there. And it was 8 miles straight up, like 6,100 feet straight up. And I did for a quick second say, I wonder if humans were ever really supposed to be here. Or if that was part of the world, if I'm in a part of the world right now where whenever this whole thing was created, it was kind of like, maybe it's just okay to look at. Maybe it's okay to just wonder about. Maybe it's supposed to be and designed to be, well, you just think about it or dream about it. You don't go, because it was arduous. Now, that's not like diving down and trying to see the Titanic. That's not like going to the North Pole or something like that. But you get these disastrous results sometimes. And that's why I'm not taken aback by them. Like, we had this big search mission whenever this Ocean Gate submarine never resurfaced. And people went off of Cape Cod or Boston or somewhere, wherever it was. And the Coast Guard's out there, and they're trying to figure this out. And they're out there for days and whatever. And it wasn't something I was happy about, but it was something I remember at the time. I was like, yeah, why would those guys be down there? There's really no reason to go check it out other than truly pushing the outer limits, and kind of the world just pushed back. And then you understand just how kind of insignificant and small that you are. So maybe it was just better to never go back there. Kind of like these people that keep, and are rich people all the time, that keep designing these quasi-space shuttles. Okay? And they go up and they take famous people. And they're going to go up to the edge of space and come back. I don't want this to happen, but it's a matter of time before a disaster happens on one of those. And you go, or at least I would say, maybe we weren't supposed to, as like regular people, go check that out. Leave that to the astronauts, if anybody, let alone some old football player or some lady that's on morning daytime television or something like that. And we get surprised, I think, sometimes that there's disastrous results. Again, I don't want them to happen, but they don't surprise me at all. And that's where we are with this Ocean Gate thing. All these findings are coming out, and I'm kind of shrugging my shoulders going, well, yeah, sure. It's an incredibly arduous task to prepare something to go down there, and you can't cut one corner. This goofy guy got everybody killed. All right, coming up in just a little bit. What was this thief planning on doing with things that he had stolen? Because I can't wrap my head around it. I'll explain in just a little bit. Traffic now. Oh, here's a text here. I wish you wouldn't have embarrassed Margot and her boyfriend. I hope those who were incredulous never make a mistake. I fell for it too, but I was expecting a turnpike bill. Jeez. I'm sorry, Margot, that I exposed.
I'm crying over here. This booth is filled with tears.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. KDKA AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. What do we got?
All right, Colin. On the Parkway West inbound, it is slow moving through Robinson Town Center. And then traffic on the Parkway West inbound starts back up again from the middle of Green Tree Hill while you're heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Also heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel, the Parkway West outbound is seeing some slow moving traffic from Technology Drive. Also from Technology Drive, the Parkway East outbound is slow moving from there, heading into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to Colin Dunlap on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Oh, it's hot. Summer sales event at Schultz Ford. $399 and $499 lease specials, 0 down, 0 payment for 90 days, and 0% interest. Tons of vehicles out on the lot, over 1,500 new Fords. So get out there and see them, or you can go online. Check out all the locations. Schultz Ford Wexford, Schultz Ford Harmer, Schultz Ford South and West Mifflin, Schultz Ford down in Wheeling. That's great. You want to look online, do that too. As always, schultzford.com.
Hey folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out.
Life's unpredictable and full of unknowns, but your vehicle shouldn't be. No one wants to face an unexpected repair that could derail their plans and budget. That's why we're introducing CarShield, the ultimate way to future-proof your ride. We're not just about fixing problems, we're about preventing financial surprises. You can get a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan designed to save you from out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Imagine driving with complete peace of mind, knowing that if something goes wrong, you'll pay almost nothing for covered repairs. Included in every plan is free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. This protection plan is at an all-time low, making it accessible to any driver. Don't wait for a breakdown to realize you need coverage. Invest in the future of your vehicle and your wallet today. Call CarShield now for your free quick quote. Call 800-220-6409. That's 800-220-6409. Future-proof your ride. Call CarShield now, 800-220-6409, 800-220-6409. Again, 800-220-6409.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network, every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
Hey folks, NASCO Roofing, the region's roofing leader, continues to exceed customer expectations. Carol from Pittsburgh praised NASCO Roofing for their quality workmanship and the timely manner NASCO completed her new roof. She loved how friendly and easy NASCO Roofing was to work with. NASCO has satisfied thousands like Carol. Get NASCO on your roof next. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing. NASCO.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Goldberg, Persky, White, News Desk. Look ahead what's happening at the top of the hour. David Bollerado. Hi, David.
Hey, Colin. Mark Cuban teams up with Giant Eagle, and the president says talks with Russia about its war with Ukraine were productive. We'll have details coming up at 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Reacting to the stories you're talking about. Colin Dunlap, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Short show today. We'll have a requisite one tomorrow. Nice 4 hours. This texter won't stop. Because I told them you gave me permission to talk about it. About your bow being duped.
I've been talking about it all day.
I know. Yesterday, the day before. They said, I understand, but even so, I bet she feels bad. She's probably sorry she offered it to you. No.
Aww.
It's good fodder. And it's made for great radio. And Margot is not happy with her boyfriend for doing it anyway.
No, I'm not. I told him he should be ashamed.
Yes. Oh, people take themselves too seriously. Like, you are exposing this Margot. You're putting her through such shame. You should be fired. No.
I wouldn't say anything on the air that I didn't want to stay on the air.
Exactly. 100% so. All right. Now, this story has me puzzled because I wonder what was going to happen on the other side of it. Give a listen.
It's back-to-back titles for the Heat. Prosecutors say 62-year-old retired Miami police officer Marcos Thomas Perez repeatedly sneaked into an equipment room at the Heat's arena and stole more than 400 jerseys and other items worth tens of millions of dollars. Investigators say they found most of the memorabilia at Perez's home. He allegedly sold some of it online, including a game-worn LeBron James NBA Finals jersey for $100,000. That jersey later sold at auction for $3.7 million. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Wait just a minute. So if he has a LeBron James jersey for $100,000 that ended up selling for $3 million or something, is that what they said? I don't know. A couple $1 million. Isn't there a vetting process that traces it back? Like, how did you get this? That's why I'm always confused when people steal, like, a Van Gogh, or they steal, like, this very famous, I don't know, a Warhol or something. And I'm thinking, how do you go ahead and flip that on a black market? Because you can never, what are they going to do? Put it up on their house and somebody's going to buy a stolen one-of-a-kind painting or a stolen jersey from LeBron James in the NBA Final? And then everybody knows you have the stolen one because, well, they talk about how there's theft from the locker room, or you can't piece together your story on how you came about it and the authenticity of it and all of that. That just gets me. And the fact that this guy had hundreds and hundreds of pieces, I guess people were just buying them for show pieces in their own man cave or whatever. But still, it just doesn't add up. You have to know that at some point you're going to get caught, that things are going to be traced back, and somebody's going to go, wait, it doesn't add up. That's from the NBA Finals? Well, how would you have got that? Well, I bought it from this buyer. Well, that guy worked at the arena? Come on. How'd he get it? Like, it just, crooks are dumb. They're stupid. And most of the time, when they get caught, they just get caught with their own greed and stupidity. That's the case here. No greed and stupidity overnight. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 o'clock. We'll talk. PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDKA AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Margo.
All right, Colin, still looking at the major roadways and seeing bumper-to-bumper traffic on the Parkway East outbound and on the Parkway West outbound, which are both slow from Technology Drive, heading into the Squirrel Hill and Fort Pitt tunnels. The Parkway West inbound is congested from the middle of Green Tree Hill, heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel as well. With AAA Traffic, I'm Margo Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-240-1465. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now, 800-240-1465.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-240-1465 or oxcarcare.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Americans spend $66 billion on weight loss products and services each year. And you know what? Right here in our hometown, Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Vitchoff has helped thousands of people do just that. Lose weight, keep it off. In fact, he's been helping people take back control of their lives for more than 20 years here in Pittsburgh at the PA Hypnosis Center. You have an opportunity to do the same. Are you battling anxiety? So many people are. He can help you with that. If you want to quit smoking, Dan Vitchoff is the call you should make at the PA Hypnosis Center today. Schedule your free consultation at 724-934-8446. 724-934-8446. Dan can help you reach your goal with a 98% success guarantee. 724-934-8446. Call now.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 82 degrees at 6 o'clock. I'm David Colorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. Giant Eagle and Mark Cuban announcing a partnership between the grocery chain and Cuban's prescription drug savings program. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush tells us more.
Mark Cuban says growing up in Pittsburgh, Giant Eagle was the grocery store of choice, and teaming up with the organization for his Cost Plus program will make it easier for customers to get cheaper prices.
We're trying to disrupt the healthcare industry. When you look at the healthcare industry, it should be really easy. You go to your doctor and hopefully nothing's wrong, but if something's wrong, then you have to address it. But right now, we don't know what it costs, and it should be simple. What do I need and how much is it going to cost?
Having a love for Pittsburgh, Cuban jokingly threw Pittsburghers a fly ball.
And part two to my announcement is Bill and I are going in together, and yes, we're buying the Pirates.
Cuban says customers can sign up for the Cost Plus program at www.teamcubancard.com. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Shadyside businesses and residents alike are asking for more security for this weekend's Jam on Walnut. It follows a number of complaints after the 3 previous jams this year. City Council member Erica Strasburger says she's received feedback from businesses and people who live near Walnut Street about out-of-control behavior, especially underage drinking.
Neighbors who live fairly close to Walnut Street and even a little bit further out are experiencing people stumbling into their yards, using their yards as public restrooms, in some cases passing out on their front porches, and it's obviously a huge concern.
She says one retailer had a window broken out following last month's jam. She's also checking to see if the state police can send liquor control enforcement agents to Saturday night's jam to watch for any underage drinking. Another Pennsylvania man is facing federal charges for online threats made against the president. Prosecutors say 22-year-old Jacob Butley of Port Matilda Center County had said in a January 16th TikTok that he hated MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump, and he said he was going to kill the president. Earlier this year, Sean Momper of Butler was charged with making threats against the president on YouTube using the moniker Mr. Satan. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow today to discuss the war in Ukraine. In a social media post, President Trump called the meeting highly productive and said great progress was made. Still, a senior administration official tells CBS News that additional sanctions against Russia are still expected to go into effect on Friday if a deal isn't reached to end the 3.5-year war. CBS's Erica Brown with more.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he spoke with President Trump about the Witkoff meeting and reaffirmed his country's support for a lasting and reliable peace with Russia.
On Wall Street, the Dow gained 81 points today. The Nasdaq up 46, making up the S&P up 46.6. The Nasdaq much better than that. It gained well over 1 percentage point today. It was up 253 points. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. As heard on KDKA today.
2-2. Rodriguez ready. Here's the pitch. Kiner Falefa hits it to the right side. Diving stop by Smith, and on to first. Rodriguez on the run fielded that ball to end the ball game.
That's Joe Block as the Giants kept the Pirates at bay in the ninth, winning that game 4-2. The Bucs will host Cincinnati tomorrow. KDK Radio News Time 6:03. If you're injured, it's time to hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan for the people. Right now, it is currently mostly sunny and 82 degrees in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Aloha, Pirates fans. That Hawaiian island feeling takes over the city of Pittsburgh August 8th through the 10th when the Pirates host the Cincinnati Reds. It's another Bucko Luau weekend presented by Levin Furniture. On Friday, fans can take home a bucket hat inspired by the weekend. Then Saturday, it's the fan favorite Hawaiian shirt giveaway. And Sunday, all kids 14 and under take home a Pirates cap. It's the Pirates and Reds August 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets at pirates.com.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
KDKA traffic on the 5s.
It is 6:05 from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Equipment Travel Center. KDKA AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis from Monroeville. Let's say hello to Margot.
All right, Rob, taking a look at the major roadways, still seeing some heavy congestion on the Parkway East outbound heading into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel and on the Parkway West outbound heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Both of those routes are backed up to Technology Drive. On the Parkway West inbound, it is congested through Robinson Town Center and then starting back up again from the middle of Green Tree Hill heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel as well. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Under a mainly clear sky for tonight, we'll get down to 63 for an overnight low. We'll have intervals of clouds and sunshine tomorrow with a high of 83. Then tomorrow night, clear to partly cloudy, a low 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hello, this is Lester Botkin, Chief Investment Officer of Botkin Family Wealth Management, where I work with my dad Les and my sister Sarah. It's a big summer for golf here in Pittsburgh, and it was exciting watching the pros at Oakmont. The most exciting round I ever watched in my life, though, was back in 1992 when my dad got to play the opening round at Nevillewood with Jack Nicklaus. There was a gallery of thousands, and I knew Dad was nervous. On number 10, he hit his drive into a sand trap. His next shot landed in another trap beside the green. I was 12 years old, and my heart dropped to my stomach. I remember Dad saying that morning that his #1 goal that day was not to make a fool of himself in front of Nicklaus and the club membership. I then watched Dad blast it out of the sand right into the hole for a birdie. The crowd roared. Dad finished with a 73 to Nicklaus's 72. I was so happy and proud. My dad's always been a guy who stays positive and focused on goals. Those qualities make him a fantastic financial advisor and a role model for me. Find out more about our family-owned firm at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
There are a lot of local stories that we will get to later, but there is a trending story that has, global implications. The President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, has secured a meeting with Vladimir Putin, and they are set to get together next week. One thing that has to get done is the war in Ukraine. All of the things that are happening globally that we're talking about, especially with the tariff situation and obviously this energy situation in Pennsylvania, our budget that needs to get to the finish line so we can get to the business of energy and steel with Nippon and U.S. Steel, because it's not just about Pennsylvania. This is about the nation. They are watching us, and as is the globe, because what we're going to be doing here in this part of the world will affect people around the world. And make no mistake about it, it's hard to concentrate on anything that's good when innocent lives are being taken every day. Innocent lives. The brave people of Ukraine continue to fight on in this horrific war. And the people of Russia probably have no idea what the real war is like, but they are sending soldiers off to die as well. Families are broken, never to be the same on both sides of the border. And it seems like yesterday when they had 120,000 troops on the border, meaning Russia ready to invade, when everyone said he was bluffing, I simply said he is all in, because what has happened now since the pandemic, it's the have and have-nots. So if this war can be stopped by our president, that would be a godsend. Because what it will do, it will finally make people understand that if we stand shoulder to shoulder, not just as a nation, but as a planet, we can actually do some really good things. Because you see, like that secret recipe, an old world recipe that has been handed down from one generation to the next. It's about everybody adding that little extra ingredient, something that they carved out, their own, something they're really proud of. And in the end, and through generations, when you add a little bit of recipe from one to the other, it only makes the sauce that much more sweeter. Everybody on this planet has a skill set. Some are just realizing it because of, ingenuity and things that are happening now because people are actually rethinking manufacturing, not just here in this country, but around the world. You are a much more solid planet when you build things. It gives you the ability to appreciate the hard work that goes behind making something from the ground up. So please hit your knees tonight and say a prayer that the president can talk some sense into Vladimir Putin and make this horrific war come to an end so people will be able to live, survive, and thrive. That's what I pray for, and I hope you'll pray with me. Yeah, that's big news. No matter what's happening right now, that's massive news. All right, some other things. What we're going to do tonight, we got Jason Ritchie dropping by, Chair, Allegheny County Republican Party. We're going to talk to him about why he said something on this program a few months ago about the Republican Party, now the working class party. And everything that Donald Trump, the president, has been doing, Senator McCormick, another Republican, has been doing, it really has been benefiting the working class people of America. And I think the president knows who the working class people are. He's simply putting the ball on that tee, just like he does his golf ball on a regular basis, and he is swinging away, and he is going to give us the same opportunity. It makes more sense now than ever. And coming from a Democrat, hey, I'm glad working class people are at least being thought of, but I wish my party would start thinking about working class people like some of the great Democrats of yesteryear. It's time for all of us to understand, just like as I mentioned in my opening comments, if we start working together as a nation and as a global entity, imagine what we can accomplish. And maybe, just maybe, the global economy will actually finally start to work. So he'll be here after local news at 8. Now, significant yesterday, the date 1921, the first Major League Baseball game was broadcasted on KDKA radio. It's a big deal. It's a massive deal, right? And we had a game today on the radio. Too bad the Pirates couldn't come out on the winning end of things, but I love my Pirates. And I thought, there's some things kind of swirling through my mind in Major League Baseball. And because it's a Wednesday, we've had a long week, I thought, you know what, let's do something to kind of tie into celebrating that anniversary, 1921, August 5th, first Major League Baseball game here on KDK Radio. Also the Pirates on the radio today. But there's been some stories that have happened lately in Major League Baseball that I want to talk to a guy who hangs out with all these athletes. Actually, he's doing a deal right now with Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. He's made peanut butter for Jaromir Jagr. He's made beef jerky for Ben Roethlisberger. He's made Flutie Flakes for Doug Flutie. And he is a phenomenon when it comes to branding. He's even worked with Patrick Mahomes. He is none other than Ty Ballou of PLB Sports, another one of my friends for 30-plus years. But he's also a rabid sports fan. Grew up in that place that is Chicago, loved the White Sox, loved the Cubs, loved the Bears. And I said to him, Ty, what do you think about this? Because I have other favorites, too, besides my Pirates, who I absolutely am joyful to always talk about. I love them even when they don't win as much as I would like. It's just history. It's what I grew up with, right? Pedaling my bike on a hot summer day, flipping baseball cards, always wearing a Pirate hat. No one in Pittsburgh would ever have been caught dead in a San Francisco Giants hat. We just didn't do it that way, right? But anyway, I love the Chicago Cubs for many reasons. Ferguson Jenkins, Billy Williams, Ernie Banks. There was a guy by the name of Ryan Sandberg who was a tremendous baseball player, especially in that magical year of 1984. Well, he recently passed away. And I thought, you know what? Why don't we take a little time tonight to pay tribute to him and his journey? Because he spent a lot of time here in Pittsburgh, and no one loved him more or saw him more than Ty Ballou. But one step closer to that New York Yankee brand that he's very familiar with. Also, 45 years ago today, the funeral was held for Thurman Munson, the captain of the Yankees in nearby Ohio. Canton, Ohio is where he called home, and it's also where his plane crashed that he was piloting just days before that. So I have a love for the New York Yankees that I can't explain. They are my favorite team next to the Pirates. I loved it, George Steinbrenner, and I grew up, obviously we all know the names, people like Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, but I like these guys like Bobby Mercer, Don Mattingly, and Thurman Munson, and yeah, Reggie. Oh, yeah, by the way, Ty Ballou, the Reggie Bar, he was a part of that branding the second time around. What I'm saying to you is I just love the Yankees. And there was something devastating, and it was crushing when Thurman Munson died in that plane crash. And there's still this argument, should he be into the Hall of Fame? And, it took us a long time for Dave Parker. It took us a long time for Dick Allen, but it happened. I'm one to believe that he should be in the Hall of Fame because he would have played longer and his numbers would have got better. But he was everything you want to just true grit, tough, and just nasty, hard-nosed, getting his uniform dirty baseball player. So we're going to talk about the legacy of Thurman Munson some 45 years later tonight when Ty drops by after CBS Radio News at 9. All fitting to talk baseball because of the anniversary of the first ever Major League game being broadcasted on radio yesterday here, KDKA 1921, and our Buccos on KDKA today. And it's summertime. And after all, you should talk baseball, right? All right, it's 6:15. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDKA AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Here's Margot.
All right, Rob, I'm getting a report for an accident on the 200 block of Rodi Road in Penn Hills. On the other major roadways, still seeing some congestion on the Parkway East-West outbound from Technology Drive while heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. And the Parkway East outbound is slow moving from the bend at Bates heading into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
There are things in this world that are just a bad combo, like coming home after a 10-hour shift and an empty fridge. You know what's actually a smart combo? Upside cash back with your credit card rewards. That's right. With Upside, you can earn an average 8% cash back at grocery stores in Pittsburgh, like Giant Eagle and Market District. The best part? You can combine Upside with your credit card perks and loyalty programs. It's like double dipping your rewards with an extra side of cash back. Download Upside, and for a limited time, get a 10% bonus on your first purchase with promo code PIT70. That's promo code PITT70 for an extra 10% cash back bonus. See why millions of Upside users have racked up almost $1 billion in cash back earned. Next time you stock up that fridge, choose the smart combo with Upside. Don't forget to use promo code PIT70. Upside. Cash back smarter. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Rob Pratt here. I'm talking with our good friend John Diagardi of Rome Monument about monument plans designed to meet the needs of different faiths. John, how do these pre-need plans work?
Whatever your faith, Catholic, Jewish, Protestant, or Orthodox, we have a customized monument plan for you. It enables you to get the exact monument design you want in accordance with the traditions of your religion and do so at the price you want to pay.
How important is pre-planning a monument in harmony with one's faith?
Rob, it should be as important as planning an insurance policy, a will, or choosing a cemetery. And pre-planning enables you to design, plan, and pay for the monument that best reflects you and your faith. It's also a thoughtful gift to children, because it relieves them of the stress and financial responsibility of making these decisions after you passed.
Friends, learn more about these 3-year interest-free plans at one of Rome Monument's 9 showrooms or click RomeMonuments.com.
Imagine a place where your work, home, and social life exist in harmony. That's Nova Place. Wake up at Parkview Apartments with the city skyline as your backdrop. Head to Alloy 26 to tackle your to-do list. Reset your mind and body with a sweat session or class at Union Fitness. Close out your day with drinks and dinner at Federal Galley. From networking events to rooftop yoga to happy hours, Nova Place is built for balance. Live well, work smart, stay inspired without ever leaving the block. Right here at Nova Place on Pittsburgh's North Side.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. Now, who doesn't like a good party? Well, how about a Sips and Social Security happy hour? Sounds like fun, right? Well, Thursday, August 14th, you can join AARP Pennsylvania at Wiggle Whiskey for a little bit of food, a complimentary drink, and a ton of information about Social Security and exactly what AARP is doing to protect yours. Very simple process. Register at aarp.org/local and see you there.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week
because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
All right, it is 6:20 from the Goldberg, Persky, and White News Desk. Here's KDK Radio News anchor David Ballarado. David.
Rob, a major step tonight towards putting a Made in America label on iPhones. We'll have more at 6:30 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
That's what I'm talking about. Love it. Can't wait, David. All right, Bloomberg Money Minute time. Bloomberg Radio right here, KDKA Radio.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Airbnb issued an upbeat outlook for the third quarter as it saw encouraging summer travel demand, but the company warned that growth rates may not keep up later this year due to tough year-ago comparisons. The short-term rental company said growth on the basis of the closely watched metric of nights and seats booked is expected to be, quote, relatively stable from the 7.4% achieved in the second quarter, while Wall Street projected a 7% increase. Stocks rallied with big tech's robust corporate earnings driving gains as the Nasdaq added 253 points or 1.2%. The S&P 500 finished up 46 points or 0.75%, while the Dow gained 81 points or 0.2%. Disney's overall revenue rose and matched projections, beating Wall Street estimates as the company did well with its theme parks as well as its video streaming businesses. But Disney's pay TV division is struggling, and the film studio also saw a loss in the latest quarter. Disney also raising its full-year forecast. Disney shares, though, fell over 2.5%. Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
Rob Frax on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
As always, you can listen to us at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK or on that Odyssey app, AUDACY, but you can also watch us online with our KDKA video stream presented by Metropolitan Window Company. Just go to KDKRadio.com and click on Watch KDK Radio Livestream, or now you can go to our KDK Radio YouTube page to watch everything we are doing in the studios. And also, do you know someone in your community who has done something extraordinary in the past year? Nominate them now at KDKARadio.com to be honored at this year's Larry's Hometown Heroes event. I do want to continue on the business theme, and we're going to talk more about this with our business guy, Ted Arnaud, coming up on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show, because Ted, you know, obviously in the gaming industry, the natural gas industry, an entrepreneur who's done incredible things. The reason we have table games, I believe, in this part of the country, he was one of the first down there in wild and wonderful West Virginia, built that beautiful track up Presque Downs in Erie. So he's a guy that knows business, you know, worked in the automobile industry in Detroit back in the day, did a little bit of everything, but he's a very knowledgeable entrepreneur. And I can't wait to talk to him about this, because he said years ago, the way that the NFL and sports was heading, it was going to be pretty much, if you want to play, you got to pay. And that's what's so great about Odyssey and KDK Radio. And like today, this baseball game, you can just punch up your radio, you know, and you can hear it. It's really cool. Pit football, you punch it up, you can hear it. It's free. High school, punch it up. It's free. Football. That's why I think radio, Odyssey, and yeah, I'm a little biased, but I think it's going to get even better for future generations. People like Margot and my other producers, they're going to see this great brand go to the heights. They're going to soar, because radio is real. It happens as it happens. You hear it. That's why people love KDK for breaking news. One of the things that I've marveled at, listening to my incredible co-workers through the years, what they're able to do. And obviously our news director, program director, PJ Kamanchik, I've watched him come up through the ranks. We've got some really great people here. And it's nice to even be on the outside looking in and just seeing all of this and then being a part of it when I'm here and watching all the moving parts. But I do like the ESPN deal, meaning the Disney brand buying the NFL Network and Red Zone. And let me just explain why, okay? Because, look, I love the NFL. I love all sports. I've done play-by-play. I've been around it my entire life, sports, right? And I still do that Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. Did Pirate Sunday, did everything in sports. But I love the NFL, and a lot of it has to do with the Rooneys, the Steelers, but there's just something. I'm passionate when it comes to the National Football League. Roger Goodell goes to W&J. There's just a lot of moving parts. Well, when the NFL Network went on the air many years ago with the great Brian Gumbel, and he was great at sports, play-by-play Hall of Fame game, and I'll never forget, they couldn't get the rain off of the lens, okay? And I'm thinking, that's okay, because it's all football all the time. Well, what has happened to the NFL Network? And it's just, many years ago, my dear friend, You know Jim Meredith, who spent so many years with me here on Sunday mornings at KDKA, said to me, Rob, we're going to see so many things change in your industry. We'd have these little discussions in between commercials. And I said, well, how's it going to change? He goes, it's all going to be about content. You're going to have a lot of content, lot of content. Well, what has happened, you have these social media influencers on their social media platforms that are getting millions and billions of views. That's why to get eyeballs and ears, you got to be throwing out a lot of things to see what people's interests are and hope that one or two of them really kind of take off to carry the rest until they catch up. This is just a fan of this industry talking, but someone who's done it for a long time and knows a little bit about it, right? The bad thing about the NFL Network, and the only thing that I can say, they never had enough content. So you would watch reruns of big games, meaning championship games, playoffs from 2022, 2021, and it got to be that you just would click by it because it wasn't happening or wasn't content that you really cared about now. And what is going to happen, and I hope we don't have to pay for everything across the board, but stranger things have happened, but I actually like it because I think it'll give the NFL Network an opportunity to have more content. And for people who love the NFL, you don't want to watch a highlight of a game from 4 or 5 years ago. You want to find out what's happening right now in Steelers training camp. That's why people love The Fan. That's why they love the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show with Ray Fittipaldo from the Post-Gazette to kick things off every week during camp. They want to know now. So I'm never going to bet against the mouse. I've been a big fan of Walt Disney, probably one of the only biographies I've ever read. Truly was a brilliant man for sure. But if it makes it better for fans of football, then so be it. But the times, as they say, they are a-changing. But remember, baseball, pit football, high school football, just KDKA, 100.1 FM, AM 1020, the Odyssey app, 93.7 The Fan, and it's free. Tell your neighbors. All right, coming up, the news, then we're back with more. It's your Pratt Pack on a Wednesday night at KDKA.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 82 degrees at 6:30. I'm David Ballarado. Shadyside residents and businesses say for this Saturday's Jam on Walnut, they do not want a repeat of the underage and rowdy crowds who've been attending the monthly concerts this summer. The outdoor concert series has been an annual event for decades along Walnut Street, but City Council member Erica Strasburger says this year she's received a number of complaints ranging from people using residents' lawns as bathrooms to windows being broken at least one Walnut Street business. She says the Shadyside Chamber of Commerce has asked the event organizers to better manage the crowd.
I think what was called for was additional porta-johns, additional security, and additional eyes on, particularly over-serving and underage drinking.
She says she also requested additional security, if possible, from Zone 4 police, as well as exploring having liquor control enforcement at this Saturday's event. President Trump welcomed Apple CEO Tim Cook to the White House, where he thanked him for the company's commitment to invest $600 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years. That's $100 billion more than Apple had originally planned. And the president credits his administration's policies for that.
We're going to be putting a very large tariff on chips and semiconductors. But the good news for companies like Apple is if you're building in the United States or have committed to build, without question committed to build in the United States, there will be no charge.
The president called the investment a significant step toward the ultimate goal of ensuring that iPhones sold in the United States are also made in America. Mark Cuban appeared at the Market District in Robinson today to talk about his Cost Plus partnership with Giant Eagle. The Mount Lebanon native wants to see pharmacy benefit managers eliminated.
When people compare what happens here in the United States on the pricing of brand drugs to other countries don't have pharmacy benefit managers. We do. They're the ones on the brand side. There's 6 companies maybe that control 95% of rebate negotiations. 6 PBMs that control 95% of rebate negotiations in this country. That's just wrong.
On Wall Street, the Dow gained 81 points today, the Nasdaq up 253 points, the S&P 500 adding 46. KDKA Sports brought to you by NASCO Roofing, Pittsburgh's trusted and passionate roofer. Call NASCO Roofing at 412-373-2000. A disappointing afternoon at home for the Bucks, losing to the Giants 4-2. KDK Radio News Time 6:32. Time to call ABC Transit at 724-831-8500. Our next update's at 7. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1242. That's 800-275-1242.
Hello, KDKA listeners. This is Carlos, owner of Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you have any concerns about any trees on your property, call Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. We have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. To serve your needs best, we have an ISA-certified arborist on staff. We have 32 years experience, 412-884-TREE. We will be your best choice for tree work. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. And remember, we did your neighbor's tree.
KDKA traffic on the 5.
6:35 from the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. KDKA AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis Sub Monroeville. Here's Margot Rensel.
All right, Rob, I am getting a report for an accident on the 500 block of Lowry's Run Road in Ross Township. On the Parkway West outbound, it is slow moving still from Technology Drive going into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Also going into the Fort Pitt Tunnel, the Parkway West inbound is still congested from the middle of Green Tree Hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Margot Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It will be mainly clear for tonight. We'll get down to 63 for an overnight low. We'll have intervals of clouds and sunshine for tomorrow with a high of 83 and turning out mostly sunny Friday, high 85. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Folds of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with hope since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making the recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Folds of Honor wingman today at westernpa.foldsofonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team, discussing smoked, barbecue, and slow roasted pork recipes. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Pirates fans, hi, this is Larry Richard, host of the Big K Morning Show, weekdays 5:30 until 10, right here on the station that invented baseball on the radio, KDKA, 100.1 FM, AM 1020. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to talk about the drive going on for back to school, how you can help us support the kids at Pittsburgh Public Schools with our Stuff the Backpack program. That and a visit with Bill Hillgrove and a whole lot more on the Big K Morning Show on KDKA.
All right, this budget, what is it, day 37 now, something like that? Did you see in the PG earlier today that State Senator Kim Ward, who will be with us on Monday night, she is saying, you know, we got to maybe just stick with the old budget for a while and stay the course so we can fund some of these issues. And really, someone that has a lot of respect for her, and she does him, the Democrat, Jay Costa, says, no, we got to get a deal done. So we're going to have Jay on Tuesday night at 8. So it's kind of mano a mano, a Texas steel cage match, if you will. The WWE would be proud. So we're going to get both sides of the perspective when it comes to this budget. But I can tell you this on this Wednesday night, August 6th, that it's got to get done. Because as I said to you earlier, you realize it's important for Pennsylvania to move forward. It really is, and I get that. All of the things, especially transit. We discussed that last night, and you know how I feel about that. But the rest of the country is really watching Pennsylvania. Don't think for 1 minute that all of the other members of the Senate and the House were not paying attention to what Dave McCormick was doing when he was holding court at Carnegie Mellon and the president showed up. Don't think that members of the Senate and the House were not paying attention when the president went to West Mifflin with the USW standing behind him saying, thank you, Mr. President, and the Nippon U.S. Steel deal got done. These two stories alone are going to fuel America. It's going to help agriculture. It's going to help manufacturing. It's going to help tourism. It's going to help commerce. It's going to help public education, healthcare, and more. So I'm coming into work today, and my brain is like a bunch of just neurons. It's like lightning bolts. There's so much stuff going through my head today because I had such a busy day at the home studio. And I actually was teasing. I said somebody earlier, I got to come to work to get rest. It was just a really crazy day, one story after another. So I'm riding in, and I'm at these red lights on Route 65, and literally just a few feet from the railroad track that is owned by Norfolk Southern. So I started thinking about the Union Pacific deal to buy them, $85 billion. The jobs that will be coming, the maintenance, the building trades, the carpenters, electricians will be working there. They'll be working at the Mon Valley. They'll be working in Homer City. They'll be working at Bruce Mansfield at these natural gas data centers, right? And I'm exchanging text messages with Audrey Russo today, CEO of the Pittsburgh Tech Council, and she's telling me what's on the show this week, and I'm looking at it and thinking, A, B, C, D, connect the dots, cross the T's, dot the I's, oh my. And just when I thought I put it all together, fast forward, back on the road, coming into KDKA at a red light in that beautiful community of Leetsdale, Pennsylvania. And I look over, and this massive Norfolk Southern engine is rolling towards me. And the crossing gates come down, lights are flashing, and then it was nothing but one freight car after another of steel piping. I mean, a mile long. Steel piping. So you can't tell me for 1 minute that there's a lot of good things happening in our region. That's why we cannot be wasting time getting a budget done. We're talking $90 billion here, $85 billion here, $14.9 billion there with Nippon U.S. Steel, billions going into the Mon Valley, and we can't get a budget passed? And shouldn't there be some money lying around that transit should be the last thing we have to worry about? Education should be the last thing we have to worry about when all of these teachers now are in their sweltering classrooms spending their own money, decorating their classroom for the upcoming school year, and they're taking the money out of their own pocket. And I know it's happening as we speak. And yeah, they're saving electricity too, so they're not putting the AC on until it gets closer to the school year. But teachers are in there anyway, doing what they need to do to make it a pleasant experience for some child who may be entering school for the very first time. This has all got to stop. This has all got to stop. You know, and then as I'm driving, I see whole blocks of empty buildings, blown out windows. I'm thinking, what is going on here? Somebody just get me the biggest Caterpillar bulldozer, teach me how to run it, and I'll just go forward until all of it's gone. And that's how I'm approaching all of the negativity when it comes to what's happening from Harrisburg to the nation's capital. Look, Kim Ward works hard. Jay Costa works hard. I love it. They work hard, and when they need a place to speak their mind, or I feel as though I need to get them on the air, they get back to me. And they come on the air and they answer any question that I ask. Like Josh last night. That may have been one of the best interviews that I've ever had. Not because of me, Josh Kale, but because of him. He was honest, to the point, speaking on behalf of himself, his constituents, and his 8 children and his lovely bride. All of this stuff matters. So next week, we're going to talk more about the gas industry and the steel industry from the man who used to hold that seat that Josh Kale now has. Jim Christiana will be with me, and he's the one that got Shell USA, not Shell Petrochemical, out of Monaca, but out of Houston to underwrite this incredible sports complex that athletes are coming from all over to participate and to spend time and to work on their skill set, especially when it comes to volleyball and basketball. I'm telling you, there's too much good happening right now. I see it every day I drive by that cracker plant. And then I've been seeing these stories that Shell is going to weigh their options. Listen, we better hope they stay there. And if we have to roll out the red carpet together just to make them know that they're appreciated, tell me where and when. It's about adding jobs. It's about building those generational paychecks. All of this stuff matters. You want a stronger police department? That's how you get it. You want better health care? That's how you get it. You want better public education? That's how you get it. And we won't be waiting for the Fed chair to lower the interest rate. And we won't have the president talking about we're on the verge of being done unless we get these tariff deals done. Listen, he went off on Elizabeth Warren today. I'm not even going to repeat some of the stuff that he had to say. I'm sitting there at home prior to coming into work getting some last-minute news and notes, and I'm like, this guy, he doesn't hold back from anybody. I mean, he just lets it fly. So I don't appreciate all of it, but I can tell you one thing. If this stuff doesn't get done, it's not going to be because of him. It's because we are going to drop the ball. Whether it's Jay Costa, Kim Ward, they're working, they're talking. President Trump, they're working, they're talking. John Fetterman, David McCormick, they're working, they're talking. But we have to take responsibilities as individuals and get the job done. It's that important. NASCO Roofing, instant access to our shows. Click away. Email us at instantaccess, kdkradio.com. We will be going to the phones right after local news at 7. All right, 6:45. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDK AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Here's Margot.
All right, Rob, getting a report for an accident on the Parkway West outbound right before the exit 71A to Grant Street. So you may still be seeing residual delays there, and it is backing up the route to Technology Drive while heading into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. With AAA Traffic, I'm Margot Renzel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
It's Marty Griffin. I have seen so much angst and anger these days that, you know what's overwhelmed me with joy and optimism? This Get Marty. The folks in this community that have stepped up. You can't help your neighbor if you hate your neighbor. Get Marty epitomizes that opportunity to help people, feed people, clothe people, educate people. If you need me, get Marty at kdkradio.com.
Get Marty is presented by Phil DeLuceni and Associates, Levin Furniture, UPMC Health System, CNS Construction, John Keefe Restaurant Group of Oakmont, and by Robert Pierce and Associates.
August is Pet Appreciation Month. Get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned, starting at just $129 plus 15% off pet odor treatments, and take $50 off air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the second annual KDKA Radio Kickoff Classic live at the Wolverina, presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. The best high school football showcase to begin the 2025 season on Friday and Saturday, August 22nd and 23rd. North Allegheny versus Woodland Hills, Central Catholic versus LaSalle College on Friday. On Saturday, it's McKeesport versus Delaware Valley, Steel Valley versus Westinghouse, and Elizabeth Forward versus West Mifflin. $13 per ticket or weekend passes, just $25. Get your tickets at kdkradio.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-9595. That's 800-311-9595.
We know you're uncertain about psychics. Is this fortune teller you found on the forum legit?
Your one true love is...
me! That's why California Psychics reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Get insights on the go. Download the California Psychics app today.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
All right, coming up on 10 before the top of the hour from the Goldberg, Persky, and White News Desk, here's KDK Radio News anchor David Ballarado.
Rob, a long-running neighborhood summer concert series is scheduled to resume this weekend, and nearby residents and businesses are demanding changes beforehand. Details coming up at 7 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Bloomberg Money Minute time, Bloomberg Radio, KDKA Radio.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Apple and Corning announcing a major expansion of their partnership to make precision glass for Apple products.
The tech giant says that 100% of the cover glass on iPhone and Apple Watch units sold worldwide will now be made in the U.S. for the first time. Apple shares gaining over 5%, with President Trump set to announce a firm will commit to another $100 billion on domestic manufacturing. Stocks rallied with big tech's robust corporate earnings driving gains as the Nasdaq added 253 points or 1.2%. The S&P 500 finished up 46 points or 0.75%, while the Dow gained 81 points or 0.2%. Ride-hail giant Lyft posting profit in the second quarter that far exceeded Wall Street's expectations. The company's net income totaled $40.3 million in the 3 months ended June 30th, more than double what analysts had expected. Lyft's gross bookings gained 12% from a year earlier, while the number of active passengers and completed rides on the platform both hit record highs. I'm Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You know, it is amazing when you think about the history of this great radio station and all the first. You know, we talked about Major League Baseball yesterday, 1921. We had the first heavyweight championship fight. Jack Dempsey was the world champion at that time. Obviously, Harding Cox presidential election. You know, but it's just also amazing today. You know, I was doing a lot of running around, doing things around the house and, you know, going back and forth, you know, in the car, running errands, listening to the game. And, you know, obviously I'm not 18. Obviously I'm not 8 years old anymore. But just that whole feeling, you know, the wind is being down in the car and being warm and, you know, just in and out with the, you know, pulling up next to somebody who's got the game on, you've got the game on. And I was kind of back close to the old neighborhood. And I was just thinking about all the years that I listened to Pirate Baseball on KDKA radio. I mean, there wasn't a day that I didn't listen to Pirate Baseball on the radio, and how you would have these baseball cards, you know, and that stale bubble gum and that smell. And you really just wanted your favorite Pirates, right? You just wanted your favorite Pirates. And we would do a thing called flipping cards. And I don't know if you've ever done it or you know anything about it, but if you're my age or a little younger, you definitely did it. But this was kind of like a really dangerous game because back in the day, you'd come with your shoebox, right? Hot summer day, pedal up on your bike, park your bike. Sometimes your dog was there with you, not even on a leash, nor were any of the other dogs in the neighborhood, and they'd go for the closest shade tree. Somebody would go out and get a big jug of Kool-Aid and some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And the best way to do it is if you had a cellar stairwell, you would actually stand at the top of it and throw your cards down on the concrete, down at the bottom of the steps, right? And the idea was face up, face down. And honestly, it's been so long, I don't remember exactly how it went. Maybe somebody can refresh my memory. But if it basically was face down and you were on top of somebody else's card, you basically would get your card back and you'd get to get their card. So here's the deal. Every once in a while, you'd go for broke because you were looking for a really cool card, like a Clemente rookie card, something like that. And there would be one that would pop up. And you realize that in your deck that you had left of your favorites, you may have had a favorite Pirate or someone else, like a Mickey Mantle, that you just didn't want to take a chance, but you knew it was go for broke because that was like one of the last cards that you had that would make it enticing, right? Because you just couldn't throw any card away. You had to have a little bit of juice in the game, right? And as that card would leave your hand, it would be like a snowflake just very slowly going towards the ground, and you would be like hyperventilating, right? And just like leaning over so much so you were praying that you didn't like fall in this like cement pit. And that card would hit, and that's when you had like 20/20 vision. You could leap tall buildings in a single bound. You had endless energy, right? And it would be, oh, yeah. Either if you lost or won, and those PF Flyers, man, high tops, that's what everybody had. They'd fly down those stairs to get their hands on the card. And there was no crying in baseball. You couldn't cry. I mean, but I promise you, if you lost a Clemente card, you got on your bike and said, oh, I got to go home, guys. I'm going to be late for dinner. And you cried all the way home pedaling that bike. And then your sisters would say, what's wrong? None of your business. I'm fine. Leave me alone. And they would realize, because they start rifling through your cards, that you lost your Clemente card. Oh, but man, you could also take these cards and get a clothespin off Mom's clothesline, put it into the spoke of your bike, and it made your bike sound like it had an engine going. You know what I mean? So baseball cards and baseball were such a big part of my life growing up. And the thing that we used to do, everybody would get a hold of a lawnmower. Usually the 10-year-olds would go to the 13, 14, or 15-year-olds to get their parents' lawnmower. And with dogs in tow, through creeks and briar patches, we would go until we got to that opening, our field of dreams. And we would mow the grass. Basically, we would always put the fastest kid in the outfield if we didn't have 9 players, because that person, we had Joey Grieco back in the day. We called him Mad Dog. He could actually cover left, center, and right field because he was just that darn fast, right? Dogs would literally sit out in the outfield close to the border of going into the woods where it was cool and the shade was. We brought them some water, hung out with them. Everywhere we went, they went. And we would play baseball in the searing heat at 12 noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Listening on our transistor, if it was a day game like today, to the Pittsburgh Pirates. And when it was all over, we would go, some mom in the neighborhood would, make some sandwiches or actually, fry up some hot dogs, and we'd hang out, and everybody had those 5 feet above ground rubber pools, right? And we'd go swimming, and it was always baseball. Baseball was such a constant part of my life that just today, it exhilarated me, having the Pirates on the radio. It just brought back, because of where I was and some of the things that I was doing and where I was going, it took me back to a gentler time in America. But the reason, here we go, the reason it was so good in America back then, because every one of my friends' fathers had a good job in a steel mill, in a manufacturing site. The homes all looked alike. They were ranch homes, but they were all being paid for. Everybody had a Ford or a Chevy. All good. They were being paid for. Many of those guys actually paid for those cars with cash. The local bar was busy. The beer distributor, lawnmowers were going. And baseball, Pirate baseball and KDKA was a part of my life. And that's what makes it so great today, because just as it was then, with everything that's happening in the world of streaming, this and that, you can still sit on your porch and listen to a Pirate game on KDKA 93.7 The Fan. And between me and you, as far as I'm concerned, radio, baseball, summertime, life doesn't get any better than that. All right, we're just underway for a Wednesday night. Lots of stuff to get to, lots of guests to still join us, and I hope you'll stay with us till 10 o'clock on KDKA. David's next with the news.
The KDKA Mobile News Fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
So hard to do anything nowadays, especially find a home improvement company that is credible, reliable, and takes pride in their work. One of the best decisions I've made is finding Precision Pointing to restore my all-brick home. This ad, it doesn't do their craftsmanship and professionalism justice, so all I can do is tell you to call Precision Pointing if you have a masonry restoration project and see for yourself. They're scaled to handle all projects from residential to commercial, and no down payment. A huge plus. Visit brickpointingpittsburgh.net and thank me later.
DC politicians want to enact harmful credit card mandates that could take away your cash back and rewards points. Perks that stretch your budget and make life a little easier. Losing these benefits means less money for your family's everyday essentials like gas and groceries. The perks you rely on could disappear, leaving you with higher costs and fewer options. Tell Congress to guard your card and oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandates.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. That's why I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 81 degrees at 7 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. With another Jam on Walnut scheduled for this Saturday night in Shadyside, neighbors and residents are hoping the crowd is not as young or rowdy as it has been from the monthly concerts throughout the summer of 2025. City Council member Erica Strasburger says she may ask for more of a police presence to curb underage drinking, and that the Chamber of Commerce has also asked event organizers to clean it up.
The organizer was very responsive. They took it seriously, and my hope is that they don't need any additional enforcement from Liquor Control Board or from the police because they're taking matters into their own hands.
Strasburger says residents have complained of drunken behavior, including underage attendees passing out on people's porches. The investigation is underway as social media erupted today with news that a car had crashed into the Key Bank branch in Elizabeth. That branch is adjacent to a Giant Eagle supermarket. No word yet of what led to the crash. President Trump is signaling a major development toward ending Russia's war against Ukraine. CBS's Linda Kenyon has the latest.
The president says he may soon have a face-to-face with Russian President Putin.
There's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon.
Speaking in the Oval Office after meetings between Putin and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, the president did not say when exactly he might meet with Putin himself. But Trump did suggest he's eager to do what it takes to end the war.
It's a terrible situation. We want to get it stopped.
When asked about a summit between Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky, the president said, quote, "There's a very good prospect that they will meet." Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
The rebranding of the Carnegie Science Center as the Cayman Science Center is nearing. The center says it will close for 10 days starting on September 2nd before reopening as the Cayman Science Center on the 13th. The Science Center will have a free relaunch event that day with a number of hands-on activities, Buell Planetarium shows, and more. The rename comes after a $65 million donation by Dan and Carol Cayman. New numbers show progress in drawing more people to live downtown. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rassman has that story.
Officials say residential occupancy is almost 94%, up about 2.5% since last quarter. Commercial real estate expert Herky Pollack credits the uptick to the addition of Arts Landing, now under construction on 8th and 9th Streets, and the reimagining of Point State Park and Market Square.
So all three of those add to the daily vitality of people who want to live here and make downtown more of a neighborhood as opposed to a place where people come from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
On the Big K Morning Show, Pollack said the goal is to grow downtown's residential population from around 7,000 today to 15,000 over the next decade. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio, KDKA.
Ohiopyle State Park has been named the #1 state park in the country for great value stays. That's by Home to Go. The ranking part of the 2025 Home to Go State Index considered factors like accommodation prices, affordability, trail quality, and wildlife abundance. Ohiopyle was just one of 9 state parks that made that list. KDKA Sports, Dominic Smith hit a go-ahead double in the 9th, and the Giants rallied for a 4-2 win over the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park. KDK Radio News, time 7:03. Right now, it's 81 degrees. It's still sunny in Pittsburgh. I'm David Ballarado. Our next update's at 7:30 right here on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Americans spend $66 billion on weight loss products and services each year. And you know what? Right here in our hometown, Pittsburgh's very own board-certified and licensed hypnotherapist Dan Bitchoff has helped thousands of people do just that, lose weight, keep it off. In fact, he's been helping people take back control of their lives for more than 20 years here in Pittsburgh at the PA Hypnosis Center. You have an opportunity to do the same. Are you battling anxiety? So many people are. He can help you with that. If you want to quit smoking, Dan Bitchoff is the call you should make at the PA Hypnosis Center today. Schedule your pre-consultation at 724-934-8446, 724-934-8446. Dan can help you reach your goal with a 98% success guarantee. 724-934-8446. Call now.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Under a mainly clear sky for tonight, we'll get down to 63 for an overnight low. We'll have intervals of clouds and sunshine tomorrow with a high of 83. Then tomorrow night, clear to partly cloudy, a low 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
All right, so I've got this really talented group of producers, and I appreciate every one of them. And I'm so busy talking about all these major stories that a lot of times I don't get a chance to really give them some credit to let you all know that soon they will be basically doing my job because they're that good. But here's Margot, and if you're watching this Metropolitan Window video screen, click on KDKA Watch, of course, our YouTube page. She has no idea why I called her in here, but I think she can handle it. So Brad Pitt's mom died, okay?
Oh, gosh.
84 years of age, and I just did a little blog because I like the guy. I've always liked him, and he's a little bit younger than me and a whole lot richer and handsomer, but when you lose your mom, no one will ever love you like your mom, 84 years of age. But I made a comment in this blog, and it seems to be going, not viral, but a lot of people are commenting, that he really can be considered as one of the last movie stars. And let me explain. And I think you know exactly where I'm going with this. You know, I have a daughter your age who does a lot of stuff with TikTok, gets 1 million views. I mean, it's amazing. She's very talented. I see these social media influencers. You know, I work with so many incredible people here that do it every day up and down this great Odyssey brand, and this stuff really pops. And my brand's starting to grow, too. But when you think of all these social media influencers that are out there and all the different ways to stream and what we do here at Odyssey and this and that and whatever, and you see everything when we come in on the big screen, all of these different people who represent our great brand interviewing some of the biggest stars in entertainment, I'm not so sure if we'll ever have movie stars like that came up in the era like Demi Moore, Brad Pitt. I don't know if that'll ever happen again.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I disagree. I think we have movie stars right now.
How dare you disagree with this? No, go ahead. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, I think that, of course, the era of influencers kind of broadens the scope of famous people that we have right now. But I think that movie stars are still going to rise the ranks like Brad Pitt did, like Demi Moore did. They will just also have a social media presence. So honestly, I think they'll be even more famous.
Here's what blows my mind, and this is why you're so smart, and I can learn from you. Do you realize that all of these people on social media that do all this stuff that are major stars, they're making money off of this?
Yeah.
And some of the comments that they put out there,
yeah,
like if I was your age now and seeing this stuff from some of these beautiful movie stars, I would be buying in. I need a friend, send me a hello. I'd be like all night long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But do people realize that this is just all about content and about generating revenue?
It really is, especially with all of these. Have you noticed how many podcasts are out there now with all these stars? Especially the ones that are kind of moving into that retirement age where they're not really doing as much movie and TV, they're going to podcasts.
And let's face it, if you can do a podcast from your home and get paid, why do you want to go on a movie set?
Exactly. And you can control the content there on your own podcast. Yeah, I totally agree with you. But I still think movie stars in my generation.
But see, the podcasting, the other side of the argument, Margot, is it makes them almost too human, where you don't have that red carpet like type of, oh, I can't wait to see their next movie.
Yeah.
And here's what else is happening in Hollywood that never happened during the time when I was your age or in my 30s. These people are out there every day. Back in the day, you had to wait 2 to 3 times a year, maybe like for a new Clint Eastwood movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're every day. You just go to their site and they're doing something new every day. And what people need to understand, they're not doing selfies. It's not like they're alone holding their camera or putting it on a tripod. They've hired people to do this for them. The editing, this and that and what have you. But some of this stuff, they're like directing the conversation to you. And if you're an adolescent, you're thinking, hey, they're talking to me.
Yeah. It does make them very human. The quantity of content out there is just insane, but it really does make you closer to the stars that you want, that you really idolize. Which I guess you're right. It doesn't really make you idolize them as much because they're on the same platform as you are.
But you realize there are knuckleheads out there that are like playing video games, getting more views than Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And they're making more money.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's
insane.
cool. Yeah, that's cool if it works. But the whole idea is a movie premiere. Here's the other thing. And I've got them all. It's the only vice I have on the planet. Paramount, I've got Netflix. I love it. I just love it all. And I don't sit down and watch a whole movie. I watch bits and pieces. But with all the streaming stuff that's out there now, the biggest stars in the world, Peacock, what have you, their movies are debuting on television.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if you've noticed this, there are so many movies out right now, so many movies coming out. I feel like I've never seen it be this many movies out at a time.
The Roses, Nobody 2. I want to see them all.
Me too.
And you know who does see them all? And he's another master and genius, is Greg Finley.
Oh, I know.
I don't know how he does it, but
he really does see them all.
If you want to get a movie review, that's the guy to talk to. Look, and it's also hard to believe. I know I'm 68, but I can't believe Brad Pitt's 64.
That is, yeah. I mean, and he's on the set of a movie right now.
Yeah, he's actually making that follow-up to...
the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right, his character, Quentin Tarantino. They say that may be the last film he ever directs, but I highly doubt that. He's just too good and too young. But this F1 that he did made $1 gazillion.
He did not look 64.
Well, no, he's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he has the money to kind of make him not look...
Look. Some people just have a God gift, okay?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But I will say this. I kind of wish he would have stayed with Angelina.
Oh.
That bothers me.
Is he with anyone right now?
Yeah, some young famous model.
Oh, of course.
Listen, I'm too old for that nonsense. But honestly, that was sad to see them too, because but I wasn't real happy how Jennifer Aniston kind of got left out there a little bit.
Yeah.
She's doing okay, though.
Yeah, she is.
You know who the most solid out of all of them?
Who?
Reese Witherspoon.
I love Reese Witherspoon.
But you know what she does? Exactly what my 23-year-old daughter does. And I don't know how she does it. My daughter reads like book after book after book.
Her book club. Reese's book club.
Do you read like that?
I read mostly at the beach on vacation, but not normally in my everyday life.
My daughter, last summer, read 40 books.
Oh my gosh.
And she gets these huge views.
Good for her.
I know, but who has time to do that?
Well, now they're making a lot of movies from books right now, which honestly, it's something that's been happening forever, but I have seen so many adaptations of books lately, of movies that are adaptations of books. There's just so many movies out right now.
There are.
And coming out.
What's your favorite movie? Something
ever?
Yeah, of all time.
Have you ever seen Interstellar?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's Christopher Nolan.
Oh, I know who Christopher Nolan is.
Yeah, it's one of his movies. It's my favorite movie ever.
Why?
It has Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah.
It was his kind of first serious role. It's a movie one of those movies that just changes your life.
See, what's so great about the movie theater, when you see it with a group of people, like on a hot summer night, and you walk out and you're dropping the popcorn and the Coca-Cola, like in an AMC or Cinemark, into the trash, everybody's buzzing, talking about the movie. To me, that's something I hope we never lose.
And honestly, I don't think we're going to lose it.
I hope not.
I think people think we're going to lose it because they have all this streaming and, I don't know, people think the art is lost, but I think it's more powerful than ever right now.
Well, the thing about streaming that I like, because I don't have time with my life. And social media is a full-time job. I put a couple of hours a day into it. I mean, you have to do it. You got to drive people to want to come and join you on the radio. That's what we do, and that's why I love it so much. I mean, I do stuff now that I used to have a crew of 10, 15 people working with me, directors, producers, editors. But it's incredible what you can do with these phones. I mean, you get the Odyssey app, no matter where I'm at, I can listen to KDKA.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really cool when you think about it. But I love the fact that we stream because I can see things that I really wouldn't take time to go to a movie theater and see. But I don't want to lose that effect of seeing like Jaws, when I saw Jaws for the first time with a bunch of people, because their reaction kind of adds to what the motion picture is all about.
Yeah. And honestly, they, I lost my train of thought.
I do that all the time.
I was starting to talk, but
the reaction.
No, this is what I was going to say. The re-releases. People are starting to really re-release movies in theaters. So my favorite movie that I was telling you about, it came out about 10 years ago, and they just re-released it when it did come out in the fall. So I went to see it with a packed theater of people that already knew they loved the film. So it was just amazing to see.
That's amazing. 10 years later, and the place was packed?
Yes.
All right, last thing I'm going to leave you with. This is young versus old. You know, everybody talks about these performers today that are out there, and there's some really talented people in the world of music. But I want to stand up for my generation, first off, because, I mean, we love Taylor Swift. I mean, who doesn't? Everybody loves Taylor Swift. But I was doing some serious thinking about this. This is the stuff that goes through my mind. Madonna was great back in the day, okay? When they did Live Aid, and she came out, and did what would she do? Into the Groove, I think she did that, and Borderline, whatever. She had a couple of backup dancers, a guitarist, a bass player, and a drummer, and she had a tambourine. There were 50,000 people in Philadelphia. She had them on their feet, no special effects, no nothing, and actually dancing and singing at the same time. That's a skill set. But then, speaking of movie stars, George Clooney, his aunt, Rosemary Clooney, who you have no idea who she is, Google her. Barbra Streisand, Judy Garland at 13, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Wizard of Oz. So there's always been talent, you know, and I think sometimes people lose the whole idea of talent goes from one generation to the next. Like I just visited this Clark Gable Museum, did them a favor, went down. He was in Gone with the Wind, this massive motion picture. And he was like pushing 50 when he made it, and he looked like he was 30. So everybody, and Marilyn Monroe, God bless her soul, always watched stuff about her. You know, she was really talented. So I'm just saying, talent is always in the eye of the beholder, but every generation has talent. That's maybe why I appreciate like Lady Gaga, all the awards she's up for with the MTV Awards. She's an incredible show person. She does jazz with Tony Bennett. She's giving a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. And even Ozzy Osbourne, when you think about it, I knew he was a big brand, but he was a massive brand.
Yeah, he really was.
Yeah, and you got this young blood coming out now doing his stuff. So everybody has their favorites.
Yeah, I think talent, people might think that AI and stuff like that is going to take away from talent, but I really don't think it is. I think that the talent that we have right now is more powerful than ever.
Well, let me tell you how talented you are, and as is my daughter at 23. I was on this radio station for the first time. I'm going to tell you a story that probably nobody's ever heard, real quick. I was probably 25. We were downtown. I did a Saturday broadcast, my first, like 1984, 83, whatever, 85. I literally got off the air and was trembling and started to cry. I had to sit down by the fountain in One Gateway Center to gather my composure. And here you are at 23. This is just like another day at the beach for you. I mean, you should be proud of yourself. I couldn't have done that at 23. This is KDKA. You understand? The world's first radio station. And before the internet, 38 states and most of Canada. That's how big we were. And we still are. Because the future is bright with people like you. All right.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, throw me to break, and we'll come back and get into some of that hard-hitting news stuff that I want to talk to you about. But I really do appreciate my producers. Couldn't do it without them, and she's one of many. So remember, when they say hello, welcome to KDKA, be nice to them, because they make the meter move. We'll be back.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius.
or 2 half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Don't miss Variety's Got Talent at the Sunken Bus Studios on Babcock Boulevard on Saturday, August 16th, featuring 9 entertainers competing for a cash prize. This event will benefit Variety, the children's charity, a local nonprofit organization that empowers children with disabilities and their families to truly live life to the fullest. Tickets are available now. Visit the events page at kdkaradio.com for more. New to Rivers Casino? Join now and earn up to $1,000 free slot play. Stop by Rush Rewards on your next visit to start earning today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. If you're over 60 and looking for a weight loss program built specifically for you, Awaken 180 is your solution with Awaken 180 Golden, a new 1 to 3 month program for fast weight loss tailored to those over 60. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Details at kdkaradio.com.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. Now, who doesn't like a good party? Well, how about a Sips and Social Security happy hour? Sounds like fun, right? Well, Thursday, August 14th, you can join AARP Pennsylvania at Wiggle Whiskey for a little bit of food, a complimentary drink, and a ton of information about Social Security and exactly what AARP is doing to protect yours. Very simple process. Register at aarp.org/local and see you there.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
.93.7 The Fan, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK and WAMO 107.3 are partnering to support Pittsburgh public school students for the school year by providing stuffed backpacks for Pittsburgh. And you can go to hashtag Pittsburgh for PPS Backpack Drive presented by Target Freight Management. You can support by purchasing backpacks or dropping off at a location near you, including Piatta Italian Street Food in Robinson and Northway Mall. For details, visit kdkradio.com. To drop off your donations, brought to you by GBU Life Insurance Annuities, and Member Benefits 1892. All right, now let's talk about some issues. And the big issue is the economy in our country and all of the different things that I've been reading about the housing market kind of slowing down a little bit. But let me tell you one of the things that I've noticed, and I've told you this before, but I'm going to tell you again because I think it's very appropriate. I like to play this little game when I'm on the road, okay? I'll see a for sale sign on a house, and I'll either go Zillow or the multi-list, whatever, or actually maybe even call the agent's number because they're all listed and take a shot at the price if the price isn't listed or I can't find it. So I really went through something real. I've always been really good at this, okay? That's why I would have been great at poker. I honestly have always been 10,000 above or below what the asking price is, and I write it down or I mentally store it, then I click on, find out what it is, or make a call. Well, so the pandemic hit, and I mean, I was like, just cold calling people. And then I was getting frustrated because I was off by like 50, 60, 100,000. They wanted more than what I thought the price should be. And I'll never forget, I had a conversation with this gentleman not too far from where I live, and I knew the people that had the home before him, and I've always admired the home because they had a stained glass window. Don't ask me why, but I love stained glass windows. So I called, and he was selling it as the owner. And I said, you're selling your house, sir? He said, yeah. And I said, what's the price? And I threw out like $200,000. Well, he kind of like, He didn't know who I was or, if I was real or not real as far as wanting to be a possible owner. He went, "Are you kidding me? This house is worth twice that amount." And then I just, I'm like, okay. I said, "Sir, do you know where we live?" And he goes, "I know where we live, blah, 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 blah." And I just said, "Okay, fine, thank you." And I did the right thing, and I kind of hung up and basically went on my way. But he didn't realize I was literally sitting across the street while he was out on the porch screaming at me, right? But that's when I said, this is crazy. We're upside down. And then I go to some of these beautiful communities that have $1 million homes being built, like that ranch house my dad built for $18,000 back in 1957. The housing market needs, and I got to get a real estate person on here to get the cold hard facts out. Now's a great time to buy a house.